Get your tickets now for NASCAR Championship Weekend at PhoenixRaceway.com or call 866-408-RACE.
This is Aaron Warby, host of the Bulls and the Bears Radio Hour. In the show, we try to teach the tools, rules, and strategies that traders and investors need to do better with their wealth and portfolio income. But most of the time, an hour is just not long enough. At Online Trading Academy, we believe that the average person should be given the tools, rules, and strategies that Wall Street's elites have been using for years to outperform others. Are you one of the millions that have recently established a trading account? Or have you always wanted to trade or take a more active role in guarding and growing your own wealth, but have not had the know-how or confidence? We want to invite you out to a complimentary 3-hour power trading and investing workshop, where you'll learn what it is that the professionals use to limit their risks and maximize their possible gains in both trading and investing. To register, call 84-48-TRADER. That's 844-887-2337, or text the word stocks to 25029. Again, that's stocks to 25029. Reserve your seat now.
Hey, is this Lane Secure?
Franco's cybersecurity firm secured a contract, and that's all we're allowed to say.
We have a green light on hiring.
He needs web security professionals with a military background.
3 teams of 4, 24-hour rotations, but Protocol Zulu is on a need-to-know basis.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews right from the Indeed dashboard, so you can stay organized and connected all the way to the hire. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Learn how thousands of smart homeowners are investing about $1 to avoid expensive home repair bills. John, a former non-customer, said, "My air conditioner broke and I had to spend $1,900 to fix it." Jeff, a customer, wrote, "My air conditioner broke and I got a new one at no out-of-pocket cost." Mary, a former non-customer, wrote, "My heating system stopped running. I had to spend $3,000 to get a new one." Lisa, a customer, wrote, "My heater stopped working. I got it fixed at no out-of-pocket cost." For about $1 a day, you can have all the major appliances and systems in your home guaranteed fixed or replaced with HSC's home warranty coverage. Call now, and the first month is free. If the lines are busy, please call back.
800-657-5714. 800-657-5714. 800-657-5714. That's 800-657-5714.
KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix
at 99.3 FM. And K24EU Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's Wednesday here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. We got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harman Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And I'm a little bit curious why Randy White has a bleep-eating grin. He's had it since we got the stuff hooked up, and I'm not sure why. It makes me a little uneasy. Is there something that you need to share with the class, Mr. White?
112.97.
All right, well, that's a happy thing, and that's how we're going to start this thing off. But is that the real reason for the grin? Is there something else, or is that actually it?
That's it. 112.97.
All right, well, you've kept that high for almost 24 hours, and yes, the Phoenix Suns. I'll tell you what, the entire game they had the lead. The entire game, it seemed like they had more than a 10-point lead. Did you ever feel comfortable? I didn't. The entire time, I'm just sitting there like everything. I was living and dying with every possession, every missed shot, every made shot, because I was just like, it's got to be more than 10. I can't get comfortable till it's more than 10 because these Pelicans have played them tough the entire series. Say what you will about a team everybody says had no reason to be there. They deserve to be there, and they're showing why. So this is not an easy this is not an easy thing. So to see the Suns get the win and hold that lead for the most part through most of the game feels good. But no, Jagdog, I don't think I call that a Suns beatdown. Would you guys call that a beatdown?
No. I will say there were points during the game, in my opinion, that it was a beatdown by the Suns in the first quarter. And I think again in the fourth quarter, I think the Suns asserted their dominance on what kind of a team they are, who they are. If they would have only played like this and asserted that sort of, I don't know if it's angst or if I don't know what the right phrase is to put on that, but the Suns looked different to me last night. They had sort of an edge to them.
Well, they were at home.
And they were at home before too. I'm just saying.
There's like a little bit more desperation there, like a sense of urgency.
Was it desperation or was it just like a knife edge? You know what I mean? They got their asses handed to them last time, and this time they came out. It was a different story.
It seems like they learned they weren't invincible, and so they played like they had to play. Like this is the way we have to play to survive. And they could play like this every night.
They knew somebody had to step up. We didn't know for sure who it would be immediately. And well, Bridges is the one who stepped up. As long as somebody steps up in Booker's absence, and we're not looking for a Booker-like production, but as long as somebody in any certain game gets hot, it could be Bridges, it could be Crowder, it should be DeAndre Ayton. Ayton had 19 points, 9 rebounds, but I was yelling at my TV on all the missed opportunities on the offensive rebound side of things. And just some, like, they just turn around and ran off. It's like, whoa, what? Come on, man.
If I were to ask Monty Williams one question, I would ask him if that was on purpose, because they do it all season. They don't really go that hard for offensive boards. And it's not just DeAndre, it's everybody. And so I don't know if that's just how they play, like let's just get back on transition defense or what. But if I had to ask Monty one question, because I'm curious, I really don't know.
Okay, let me help you out with something. One guy has to stay back, to recover the ball, then work the ball up. Everybody else can go back on transition. Your best rebounder should take a moment, see what they can do before they run back. Don't you think?
I would think so. I want to know if that's how he wants them to do it. I really don't know.
So whatever the case, yes, last night somebody stepped up. Everybody was playing with a better kind of energy. And, look at Bridges. Not only did he step up points-wise at the end of the game, those 2 dunks in a row, it was like, yeah, that was nice. That was nice. Okay, appreciate that. I'm sure Bridges is feeling pretty good, but will he be hot again in New Orleans? I don't think we can count on it. It could be anybody, but it had better be somebody.
The interesting thing that I saw last night was the frustration wasn't on the part of the Suns this time. I saw a couple of Pelicans players, Ingram and somebody else, that were clearly frustrated on the bench, not having any answers for the way the Suns came out playing this game. And it was in the third quarter. These guys were kind of, they were kind of punching their chairs and really kind of frustrated in that third quarter when the Suns were just asserting it. And by the way, congratulations, JaVale McGee. Way to show up and play some tough D when it was much needed.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of those guys did step up in that way. But I think what it was they had a plan for the pest. Chris Paul was exhausted after that first half because the pest got really pesky on him. But they had a better way of dealing with it. And Chris Paul was like, no, I'm not letting this happen. Even though it's happening, I'm not letting it happen. In fact, he was so much not letting it happen. I don't know if you guys have seen the video. He pulled the Draymond Green and kicked old Jose Alvarado in the Ginobili's. One of those things where he got up for a shot and his foot was right into his nuggets. And he didn't take him down, but he was like, hey, what the hell? He got kicked right in the Ginobili's. And of course, we'll see if that ends up in a suspension for Chris Paul or a fine or whatnot.
Not a suspension.
Well, they suspended Draymond Green for it. I mean, he did it to LeBron James.
Draymond's done it to more people than LeBron. But yeah, he did it to LeBron. But also, Draymond didn't have the ball, I believe, when he did that.
Chris Paul has a history of this.
Chris Paul has a history of many, many things. But I think
he has left a trail of aching him like nothing you've seen before. I mean, there should be a museum wing in the NBA Hall of Fame when he retires. just big plaques and pictures of him kicking people in the nards.
We can just call it CP3 and green and just have that hall just be just photos of their victims.
Yeah. I mean, and with the foot right there. So, okay. When we talked about the refs being bad, you guys said we were whiners. I'm going to say I didn't see a bad bunch of officiating this time. Yes, we won, but you didn't see them calling as much stuff. But I'm going to say this. They should have called Chris Paul for a flagrant foul for kicking Alvarado right there in the nutsack. That should have been a flagrant, and maybe a flagrant too. I don't know how they would look at that. You can make a case, well, it was unintentional, and it's just like, okay, whatever. Come on, man. That was intentional, and that was a wily vet teaching a rookie a little bit of a lesson. That's what that was.
The reason why Chris Paul is the guy that you root for when he's on your team, and he's so hard to root for when he's not on your team, is he will literally do anything to win. Yeah. And that is, look, it's good for us, but when you have a situation where, okay, this young buck is being a little pesky, I have a solution. That's the kind of stuff that makes other fans from other teams look at Chris Paul and go, how am I supposed to root for you?
So fair is fair. If he gets suspended a game and this is what costs the Suns their run at the title, fair enough, because he did the deed. And that is an absolute truth right there. You saw it. I saw it. We all saw it. Luckily, though, I think if they take into consideration whether to suspend or fine, they'll see a couple of things. One, he was in midair when it happened. So, and he not that he was trying to kick him in the nuts, but he might have been trying to initiate contact. And Jose Alvarado was kind of like, okay. And he ran off. He was fine. So, crime versus punishment hopefully is on an even keel for this.
Right. And he does kick the leg out when he takes his shot, that especially that fadeaway. He puts the leg out there often. So it's going to be hard, I think, given the history of him shooting that shot to prove he did it on purpose.
So we will see. I don't know what's going to happen between now and, the next game, which, by the way, is tomorrow. Seems like a quick turnaround. They have to fly all the way to New Orleans, and then they got to play the game the next day. They had 3 days in between the last. I get confused how things work sometimes.
Yeah, it's really just to try and not overload the TV schedule. Too
late.
Yeah. So they like to have maybe 3 games on a night. And so the Suns got some time off before, but now that you're getting teams eliminated, well, their turnaround's going to be a little bit quicker here.
I think this thing might go 7. I really do. Unless somebody does step up again, like Bridges for the Suns on Thursday. It's going to go 7.
And I sure hope it's Bridges again. It doesn't have to be. But I hope it's him again, because you know what? They did pay him this past off season. And gave him the money because they believe in him that much of a player. And honestly, he has the talent to take over games at times. So if he's got that ability and he's getting paid to use it, I'd love to see him go out there and do that again, because asking some of the other guys to step up, he is the next best player on this squad after you go Chris Paul, Devin Booker, and Ayton in importance. Like Mikal Bridges is that next guy.
Jagdog wants a crown shot. Randy, would you take care of him, please? Good Cat says, stop the presses. Stop the presses. Coyotes actually won a game too. It's not just that. The Diamondbacks, the Coyotes, and the Suns all won on the same night. That hasn't happened since the 1800s. That is how long it's been. Mid 1800s.
No,
there were wagon trains still crossing the prairies the last time that happened.
No.
I'm pretty sure I'm right.
No.
Fine. You should look it up.
Okay.
You got Wikipedia. You go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Fish Tank says, trifecta by Arizona sports teams last night, and all of them were big games. Suns won a playoff game. Diamondbacks beat the hated Dodgers. Oh, yeah, that made it even sweeter. Arguably the best team in baseball. And the Coyotes beat the Wild, who had won 5 in a row. They're the 3rd best team, and Coyotes are in last place. So it was a great night for Arizona. Sure was.
Score update right now for the Diamondbacks, in case you're wondering.
Yes.
Afternoon game. It's the end of the 8th inning. Diamondbacks 3, the Dodgers 1.
Oh my God. How good would that be? How many is this a 3-game series or
this is
4?
I believe this is the rubber game of the series. So this is the third game.
I know, but it's only 3 games, right?
Yeah, I believe it's a 3-game series.
Okay. Oh, that'd be so sweet. Because Ralph's gonna be with us Friday. I just Boomer Sooner says, "Good day, gentlemen. Can I get a cold beer? Kind of hot up here in Anthem. Sun's looking pretty good there for not having Devin Booker. Looks like they rallied together, then pulled out a good win to go back and win the whole thing tomorrow. Maybe, hopefully, but I don't have that same kind of confidence that a lot of people have, because every time they win, everyone's like, oh, sweep. And then they lose. Oh, it's over. And then they win. Sweep. It's like, you can't sweep. We just lost. Win. Okay. Suns in 5. Okay, whatever. We are, I think there's a term for this, bipolar, when it comes to the Phoenix Suns. You know what I'm saying?
I think that is
fans
fair.
are bipolar.
Yes. It's the end. Oh, I'm so happy. This is horrible. It's like, come on.
I think that this is what happens when you start the season. You don't expect your team to have the best record in basketball. Then they do. So now you've got an expectation there. And then they win a game. Okay, well, that's what you expected. Then they lose. And then now it's a disaster because is it just the regular season? Was it all fake? Who knows? Then they win a game. Oh, never mind. Everything's right in the world. Monty's fixed everything. Oh, no, they lost a game. And then you go through that because your expectations are so damn high because they kind of set them high.
It's an emotional roller coaster. And I think we all just probably needed to chill on this a little bit. And who knows? There's 2 games left. You can look at it one of a couple of ways. One, you can say Suns have 2 games to win this series. You could also say the Suns have 2 games to lose this series. It could go either way. So not going to panic, not going to be too thrilled. I just, we'll see what happens. It's cautiously optimistic. How's that? It's good that they got that win. And they've got to get this next one, and if they don't, it's all right. They can get it at home. So.
Yeah, that's the reason why I thought that they were going to win this series after coming out of that game 4 was they've got 2 home games to close it out, and they play so well at home that I think that that's a major advantage.
Has anybody found DeAndre Ayton? Because I just kind of missing him last night. Just didn't seem like he was. Was he there? He was there.
He was definitely there. Definitely knocked down some big shots. I don't know.
I mean, it's like, man, I thought I saw him, and then I didn't really see him. Yeah.
Wow.
Just me?
Yeah, I think it might be you. I mean,
19 points, 9 rebounds, but again, it's the eye test, and there are moments where you're like, well, okay, so I guess you're just gonna let that happen. Okay. You're gonna let that happen too. Okay, all right. Okay. Maybe he was trying to remember his bank account number for when he gets the max contract, because he seemed a couple times where he wasn't completely there. Are you serious? You guys didn't notice that?
No, I don't know. That's not what I saw. I mean, again, when I watched DeAndre Ayton, especially, the way that he's been able to extend his range a little bit. I mean, last year he operated a whole lot more down low. He can knock down some mid-range shots that give him angles to the basket that make him a little bit more dangerous. And I think that he moves his feet on defense and tries to protect the rim, which I think is hugely important, especially against this team, to try and make their life much more difficult. I think he does that, and he does it really well.
Yeah, I just felt like that we could have used more from him, because, again, let me just repeat what I've said over and over again. If Booker is out, the person who needs to step up and have a monster game is DeAndre Ayton. And that's a max contract kind of guy, then that's a max contract kind of expectation. You don't have your main guy who's playing for a max contract get outshined by a 25-year-old bench player, okay? So that's why I'm saying I think I'd like to have seen more of him. Okay, he's always going to go out there and give you something, but I felt like he was missing in action when we needed him to really step up.
I mean, I'm in the camp where I would love to see more from him. I'm not saying that he played perfectly and that there's no room for improvement, but I think that he did.
You think I'm being
job.
Too hard on him?
I do, only because and I know this is not what you're saying, but when you say he's missing, it's like the guy didn't do anything.
No, there were times I saw where he just watched things happen instead of being a part of something better happening. He was part of things where he was in that spot there, but he wasn't a part of what was happening. He just was sort of like, he was almost a spectator some of the time. I'm not saying all the time, but I start to feel like you see DeAndre Ayton, he's doing the obvious and the easy things. And yeah, his little shot over people or just to kind of roll it in the basket has gotten better because there's other games where it just kind of would clunk out and he was just like, so, his shot has improved some, but I'm talking about the effort and, making things happen. Bridges made things happen. He ran down there and did emphatic dunk twice at the end of the game. Cam Johnson had himself a dunk at one point. They're like, hey, we'll put the exclamation point on this. Where was DeAndre Ayton's exclamation points? Where was he at the times where a simple bit of effort, he could have wrestled some more offensive rebounds and given the Suns some second shots? Where was this? I get it. 19 points, 9 rebounds, looks great on a stat sheet. But if I watched every minute of that game last night, and I found myself wondering, when's he going to step up?
I mean, with the game 3 where he had 26 points and he was bullying Valanciunas. I mean, it's not like he hasn't stepped up at any point this series. I think that the ceiling for me, I would like to see him hit that ceiling more often, more consistently.
You know what? I guess I've expected too much. And if he wants a max contract, he has expected too much.
I don't think I've seen anything not worthy of max contract play. And
I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed.
And again, we're not talking super max. So we're not talking, clear out all your cap space kind of max contract. We're still talking about that first contract max, which is smaller than the second one. I don't think he hasn't done anything that hasn't earned that money. I really don't. Again, he has games like the game 3. I thought he played exceptionally well. Ceiling, he was hitting it. Then he has games like last night where he plays well, but I'd love to see 100
more hustle, please.
100% DeAndre Ayton every single night.
Bridges he played 47 of 48 minutes. He made 12 out of 17 shots from the field. He blocked 4 shots. He blocked 4. How many did DeAndre Ayton block? And he grabbed 5 rebounds and had 2 steals. I'm telling you right now, I don't think it's also unfair to expect more of DeAndre Ayton.
I do think, okay, with the other night when Mikal Bridges didn't play well, you didn't go after Mikal Bridges and say, no, I can't because he's a bench player. he got the bag this past offseason. He's the 6th guy that comes in, and he's also the dude that they put on every other team's best player. So I'm saying if he has games where he doesn't play well, doesn't play maximally Bridges, then if Ayton plays and he gets 19 and 9, that's a good night.
Let me tell you something. I want more out of everybody.
Yeah. I think that's fair.
Except for you, because I realize now I can never get more out of you because, the way you see DeAndre Ayton, which means I can't, I wouldn't be so rude. I wouldn't be so rude. All right, let's take a break. And when we come back, we got a lot of texts on the text line. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's action update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Heads up, sports bettors. Right now, you can try VSiN All Access free for 30 days with no credit card required. Visit vsin.com/free month to sign up now.
The Arizona Coyotes have just 2 games left in the regular season. They are matched up against the Stars on the road tonight. All Dallas needs is 1 point to secure a playoff spot. And the Stars, as you would expect, are heavy favorites. They are paying out at minus 550 on the money line. For the Coyotes, if they come away with an upset victory, they would pay out at plus 400. The over-under has been set at 6 goals, and the Stars are favored by 2.5 goals. NBA playoff basketball tonight, Milwaukee favored by 12 against the Bulls, and Golden State favored by 9 against the Nuggets. For the latest odds all the time, visit vsin.com. I'm Matt Pauley on Arizona's sports betting station, 1580 The Fanatic.
NASCAR Championship Weekend is back at Phoenix Raceway. Drivers will pull it all on the line to claim NASCAR greatness. The Truck Series Championship kicked things off Friday night under the lights.
We're going to tear it up tonight.
Followed by an action-packed Saturday, where fans will witness an ARCA and Xfinity Series Championship doubleheader.
Yes.
Don't miss out on the action November 4th and 5th. Get your tickets now for NASCAR Championship Weekend at PhoenixRaceway.com or call 866-408-RACE.
Are you a planner? Do you like to plan ahead? Then, of course, you already have a plan to call Harmon Solar, right? Bruce Jacobs here. It should be at the top of your list to get solar now and enjoy huge savings next summer, up to 85% on your monthly bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Then you can plan what to do with all that extra money. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, women-owned, local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar 800-281-3189 or go to harmonsolar.com.
You don't sit behind a desk every day to earn a living. You're out and about making it happen. And sometimes you get a little bit behind on your paperwork, like bookkeeping and paying your taxes. It's easy to get behind on paying your taxes. It happens to the best of us. And you know what happens next. The big bad IRS comes knocking on your door. And when that happens, you need to call the good old boys at the Tax Doctor. Let them do what they do best, deal and negotiate with the IRS so you pay the lowest you can in back taxes that the law allows. We are a 100% U.S.-based company, and we've saved our clients millions over the years in back taxes. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes, call my friends right now at the Tax Doctor and learn more.
800-628-6070. 800-628-6070. 800-628-6070. That's 800-628-6070.
Seems like everything is going electric these days. Electric cars, electric trucks. But what you save on gas, you pay for with that electric bill. With all these things being plugged into your house, wouldn't it be nice to save up to 85% on your monthly electric bill? Well, you can do that with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Call Harmon Solar. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
Arizona Rattlers football. Exclusively on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. And at 1580thefanatic.com.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
Tune in to hear every home game live.
Let's go, boys.
Don't miss a second of all the high-paced action as the Rattlers chase another world championship.
Hey, we're going to win. It's going to be on us.
Rattlers football on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Or streaming live at 1580thefanatic.com.
David Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, and it's official. Diamondbacks just beat the Dodgers 3-1 at Chase Field. They won a series against the Dodgers.
Yep. Yep.
I don't want to even ask.
No.
Okay. All right. I'll just leave it.
Long summer. It'll be a long summer.
I'm not going to even ask the first thing you think when you hear that the one of the worst teams has just beat one of the best teams in a 3-game series, because you know the next question. And no. Okay.
No. We had our old friend used to have this saying: even a blind squirrel gets a nut every once in a while.
Yeah, and it was said way too often, and you're bringing back bad memories.
Well, I didn't mean to bring back bad memories. It's going to be a long summer, and the damn guy. Listen, by July 4th, the Diamondbacks will be eliminated from playoff contention. I mean, it's just the way it's going. Let's just look at this realistically.
Yeah. All right. So I will leave it there, and this will just be one of those things that we're happy about, and then we will use to beat Ralph from Harmon Solar about the Head and Shoulders with. Yeah. And we'll take it for what it is.
What we can hope for, Jeffrey, is that the Diamondbacks can be spoilers. You know what I mean?
Sure.
You get into the critical end and maybe the Dodgers are going for a playoff spot to lock it down, and they come to Phoenix for a critical series, and maybe the Diamondbacks play spoilers, or I don't know, the Mets come to town. I've already played the Mets.
My God!
You know what I'm talking about? There's teams that come in here with playoff aspirations, and the Diamondbacks can go all Chris Kyle on them. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Just snipe them from long distance, and it's over. Yeah.
Let's say it's a 3-game series. We only win one, but we've taken that away from them. We at least chipped away at something. So fair enough. And like we've always said, take each game as its own story. Go watch the game. You can enjoy the game for what it is. Hope for the best, but also don't get too low on the lows. Understanding.
Oh yeah,
this is where we live.
And baseball is a beautiful sport. You go out there and enjoy a nice night, a nice evening. I know they're going to have the fireworks again. That's always fun for the family. And they got that mothball eating ratty ass bobcat out there. You know, the kids for some reason like that thing.
He's got the
you know,
mange real bad this year.
You got the fleas or something. But you know, go out there and enjoy. It makes no sense for the snakes. They have a bobcat as their.
I'm with you.
But and then you got the food out there, and there's lots of entertainment. You know, the mustard pickle, the mustard relish, and ketchup race. That's always fun.
We're in a very busy time right now, but I'm not kidding. We do need to take a look at our calendars and decide when we're all going to go to that game. Mars Bars 805 says, "Happy West Coast Whiskey Wednesday, guys! What a game last night. Go Diamondbacks, and I'll take an 805, please." And he says,
an 805.
"Go Refs." You forgot the to hell part. Rye Guy says, "Right in the nuts." That's right. Chris Paul kicked Jose Alvarado right in the nuts. And let me just say,
these nuts.
No, these nuts, because they're these nuts. But did you guys see the play? I mean, if you haven't seen go to my Twitter at RadioPal1580, scroll down, and you can see the actual play. And when you first see it, I didn't even notice it when the game was on last night. It was so quick. But when you watch it, you're like, oh yeah, he did that. So we'll have Keon, who is impartial, not a Suns fan. He is a Wizards fan. Give us a determination. Is that kick on purpose or what?
Well, I think it's like, I know Keon's going to answer, but in my opinion, it's just like anything else. You got to have some space. This is a way.
No. That was a Rocket type kick, man.
This is okay. So give me some space.
He did that on purpose. Look. He took a motion that he usually does, and he exaggerated it way more than he had to.
Oh, it was just like
because he usually does stick the leg out when he shoots, but he doesn't kick it like that. That is, and maybe he wasn't necessarily aiming for the Ginobilis, but he landed it.
Seriously, if overdub on there, you could tell that is on purpose.
You need to be careful.
A straight kick.
You got to be careful with the sound effects.
Why is that?
Well, NASCAR, they had to, one of their drivers got in trouble again.
Oh, no, don't start with me. That was just a karate noise. That's not even close to what he did.
Denny Hamlin, he got in trouble. Yeah.
Well, there's a far cry between a karate noise.
You got to be careful. You got to be careful. That's all I'm saying.
I reject that. But you can see why that, people would be upset about him posting up a Family Guy video alluding towards slow Asian women drivers. I think you can understand the difference between that and me going, anybody can make that noise in karate, white, black, Asian, otherwise, whatever else we have.
The irony in this whole thing. The guy he posted that about was Kyle Larson.
Yeah. Who was in trouble for similar things? Because
exactly.
There's no irony. There's no irony when if somebody says, "Hey, a NASCAR driver did a racist thing," you see how there's no surprise on the face. None. 0%.
That's terrible. Your buddy here, Randy, is a big NASCAR fan. Yeah,
I said or driver or whatever. I mean,
it's
just
terrible.
That's the culture. You guys, where there's smoke, there's fire sometimes, but not all the time. So.
He's also the owner of 2311 Racing. You know who the driver is for 2311.
And I'm sure many of his friends are, okay, enough. He did the crime, you do the time.
In this is he posted this. He's also the owner of 2311.
I am sure he meant
Wallace's racing team.
I'm sure he meant no ill will, but in this day and age, you got to be more careful about that sort of thing.
Well, that's it. And back to your
I can make karate noises.
If you've seen a kung fu movie, that's the sound.
Even the white guys make that noise. I mean, it's not just about the Asian dude running around. It's also the white guy. Chuck Norris made those noises, damn it.
I don't remember Chuck making any noises.
Oh, no, there's noises.
It was just flat ass kicking is all it was. When he raised that foot up with that cowboy boot on in Walker, Texas Ranger,
I'll go back to
it. Kicked up.
He got his ass kicked by Bruce Lee in that movie, and he pulled out a bunch of his chest hair. Like, oh my God. That's terrible. Oh, why would you do that to another man?
There might have been some noise there.
Yeah, there's always noise.
Those stunts.
Don't try to paint me into a NASCAR driver corner there, pal.
I wasn't trying to do that. I was looking out for you, buddy.
Everybody was kung fu fighting. That's a thing. All right. So where were we? Yes, Chris Paul did kick a guy right in the Ginobili's. It's a fact. Thunder Snow says CP3 is the master of that Ginobili kick. Yeah, he's got a history. He's got priors. Mr. Wilbur says Jeffrey's right, but it was a little bit earlier because George Washington had finished chopping down the cherry tree. Yeah.
What?
Oh, I was talking about it was in the mid 1800s. So he actually is now saying it was in the 1700s that the Suns and the Diamondbacks, the Coyotes, all won on the same day.
Both you guys are wrong. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Well, I'll give you this. Wilbur did go to U of A. So,
well, yeah.
Last Optimist says, almost want Suns in 7 to give Booker more time to heal. Well, who's the opponent of the Suns going to be when they win this series? Where is that other series at right now? You know, because
it's not going to be. It's not going to be the Denver Nuggets. Hey, come on.
Yeah, that is a fact. And tonight it ends. Tonight at 7:00, the Golden State Warriors are going to go off like an out of control windmill, slapping the Nuggets over and over and over again until they've just completely gone into submission. The game tonight, it's a lock.
Uh-oh.
How do you see what I just did there?
Uh-oh. He just did it.
Do you see what I just did there?
Yeah,
I'm buying Devin Booker more time. Golden State Warriors win tonight. It's a lock.
Uh-oh.
I you know what? I'm not mad at the plan there.
See?
I'm not mad at the plan. Also, the Suns would beat the winner of the Mavs Jazz series.
God, good. Bring on the damn Mavericks.
Where are they at? They're on Friday, right?
Where's that?
They play
Jokic. What's his name?
Man, I need the Mormons to step up, please.
Doncic.
Yeah, no, the Mormons are not going to win, Jeffrey.
Well,
I hate to tell you that they're in trouble.
It now? 3-1, 3-2? What is it?
3-2 in favor of Dallas.
Yeah, Donovan Mitchell went out. He got one of those groin pulls. Yeah, it's kind of a groin pull.
Well, the rest of the Mormons need to step up. Listen, there's lots of them. So come on now. Come on. Make it a series. You know?
Here we go again.
What?
Here we go again.
What? Here we go again. What?
You need to be careful.
I'm going to karate chop you right in the face.
Oh, now see, there it goes again.
Kyle G says the Pelicans are good for the Suns. Prepare them for Dallas, Memphis. They're all going to be young physical teams, and they'll be the two teams to beat on the way to the finals. King Kenton says Little League has crept into both dugouts. Okay. 1 out, nasty pitch. 2 outs, boom. 3 outs, Diamondbacks win. Oh, he was live texting the game there. Yeah, I don't see these things all come in at the same time. So sorry, King Kittens, your play-by-play was missed. Fish Tank says, what I don't understand is it seems like we keep coming out with a plan to feed Ayton right away. I think he made our first 6 points or so, and then all of a sudden we stopped doing that, even when it seemed to be working.
And even when he's down there posting up, that is one of the things I don't fully understand.
Wait a second. Fish Tank also says Bridges is a starter even when Book is healthy. Wait, what? I thought Bridges was off the bench. Who's the starter?
Bridges?
Yeah.
No, he's been a starter.
Mikal Bridges is.
For how long?
Cam Johnson comes off the bench usually to replace either him.
Oh, you know who I was thinking? Cameron Payne. That's who I bet. Sorry. Yep. I got those two confused. Cameron Payne's the guy who would come off the bench and do really good things. Where the hell was he? Is he hurt?
Cam Payne? He was there. He
played. He dropped in 12 points last night
in 11 minutes. So pretty effective.
Well, now it makes more sense, Fish Tank. Thank you. Let's see. Moist One says, Chris Paul gave that dude the discount double check. Bow! Game wears on the big guys more, he says. Got another 7-foot dude leaning on them for 30 minutes a game. Big George, no thank you. I'm just going to go over here. Donnie says, all the pro teams won last night. Well, you better hang a banner. Yeah, you know what? We can have a banner raising day on the same day your guys go back with the participation trophy saying, hey, we made it to the playoffs, didn't make it past the first round. Oh, so sorry. Minnesota, you hate to break it to you.
He's grouchy today. He's going to be a little grouchy today.
Pretty sure you guys lost last night with all that jibber jabber you were laying on us.
I personally wouldn't have brought that up if I were him, but okay.
Yes, now you bring it to that. How about that?
He's going to be a little surly today. He got jawed last night.
So here's the thing. I changed the channel thinking, damn, Donnie is going to be impossible tomorrow. I thought it was over. I thought that, that was that. And the next thing I look around, I'm like, I see a store pop up on the screen. I'm like, ooh, what happened? John Morant is what happened.
Yeah.
That made me very happy. So you have nothing to say to anyone, Donnie. Nothing. John Morant broke your heart. Period.
Yeah.
And that was your game to lose. You had that. You were stealing one from the Memphis Grizzlies on their home court, and you blew it, Donnie.
And
I blame you specifically, just so you know.
I don't know if you can blame Donnie specifically, but I think you can blame Patrick Beverley because that's what set it off. Patrick Beverley, of course, look, I understand his whole story, and he's just going to be who he is in the NBA and talk as much trash as humanly possible because that's how he gets under your skin, all of that. But when he started telling Ja Morant he was too little, that was a problem. Oops. And Ja went and scored 13 uninterrupted points, closed out the damn game.
No, I blame Donnie because Donnie has put all that, all that bad energy on the Twitter, and of course, karma is coming back at him and has gathered speed. So
instead of saying bad juju, can we say bad Jaja?
Bad Jaja got Donnie right in the Ginobili's.
Wow!
Bam!
Wow.
So don't talk to us about a banner, Donnie. Anyway, so yes. I feel okay. Where's the next game for them? Is that next game in Minnesota?
I believe
that's where they're at right now, right?
Let me go ahead and double check that.
Yeah, it's 3-2. So the next one's in Minnesota. So I'm gonna laugh my ass off, Donnie, if you lose this series on your home court. Love you, mean it. 888-368-1580. Did you guys know? I mean, I don't mean to be grumpy on a day like today. Today is National Prime Rib Day.
Oh boy.
Oh.
It's my wife's favorite. So good. Now think about that while we take a moment. All right, when we come back, we'll talk a little more basketball, but we've got other fish to fry as well. So come on back. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
There are so many words to describe Panera's new Chef's Chicken sandwiches. The chicken, juicy, succulent, seared. The brioche roll, buttery and toasty. The Parmesan crisps, crunchy, tangy. The secret aioli, creamy and rich. All those words. But when you have a bite, you might just be left speechless. Panera's new Chef's Chicken sandwiches. Enjoy $1 delivery fee when you order on our app. Restrictions apply. For details, visit PaneraBread.com/delivery info.
If you're an IT professional looking for an opportunity with great benefits and the freedom to creatively solve problems in a career with great growth potential and a team environment, look no further than Affinity Technology. Serving the Valley since 1992, Affinity Technology is looking for a level 1 tech to develop and deliver excellent solutions and outstanding customer service. Visit atechaz.com/jobs and get started with your future today. That's atechaz.com/jobs.
NASCAR Championship weekend is back at Phoenix Raceway. Drivers will pull it all on the line to claim NASCAR greatness. The Truck Series Championship kicked things off Friday night under the lights. We're going to tear it up tonight. Followed by an action-packed Saturday, where fans will witness an ARCA and Xfinity Series Championship doubleheader. Yes! Don't miss out on the action November 4th and 5th. Get your tickets now for NASCAR Championship weekend at PhoenixRaceway.com or call 866-408-RACE.
I'm an Arizona truck driver. I deliver food, medicine, supplies, and hope.
And during times of crisis, I support our communities. But every day I see people putting lives and families at risk.
Distracted driving is deadly, period. Be aware, be safe, and visit sharetheroadaz.com and find tips on how to drive safely around trucks.
This message is sponsored by the Arizona Trucking Association Foundation.
If you're worried about your investments, you're not alone. These are challenging times, but it's not time to panic. It's time to act.
Hello, I'm Mo Ansari, founder and president of Compact Asset Management. With over 40 years of experience in the financial markets, I've seen what panic, indecision, and bad advice can do to investments. When markets are up, especially when they're down, it is important to be decisive yet balanced. That's our approach at Compact Asset Management. Call my office today at pound 250 and say, talk to Mo. We will discuss a proactive, balanced approach to your portfolio that can help safeguard your investments and keep you on track with your financial goals. Call pound 250 on your cell phone and say, talk to Mo, and let's create a strategy for your investments today. Again, from your cell phone, call pound 250 and say, talk to Mo.
Compact Asset Management is a registered investment advisor, funds custodian, Fidelity Institutional Wealth Services, member FINRA, SIPC.
1580, The Fanatic.
Back to the Daily Blender here on 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic, the playoffs in full swing now. And one of the things I love about betting during the playoffs, or even my favorite sport, baseball, I'm always finding new player props or game props that I like. And what's cool about FanDuel Sportsbook is you can buy prop bets from multiple games, now even multiple sports. It's called Same Game Parlay Plus. You can find them only on FanDuel. Combine the NBA playoff player props you love with your favorite baseball home run hitters for a chance to score an even bigger payout. Now, I didn't do multiple sports here. What I should have done was maybe I should have gone with the multiple sport thing and and done what I have here. But I've got tonight. I've got the Milwaukee Bucks game, and I've got like a same game parlay going on where I've got Jokic to score more than 30 points. Steph Curry. I'm sorry, not the Bucks game, the Warriors game. I have Bucks on my head for some reason. Steph Curry to go off for 25 plus. Jordan Poole to hit 3 or more 3-point shots, and Klay Thompson. So that's a same game parlay. But what if I added that to? I don't know if I added the St. Louis Cardinal Mets game today, and I took the Cardinals to win, and I took Nolan Arenado to get into a benches clearing brawl.
Yeah,
right, listen, you can do all of that on the FanDuel Sportsbook. You can include playoffs from the NBA, MLB, the NHL stretch run leading up to the playoffs. If you don't want to build your own same game parlay, do what I did. Check out their popular same game parlay section where you can join the bets other users are jumping in on. And if you're new to FanDuel, sign up with promo code Randy1580 to get your first bet risk-free up to $1,000. Make every moment more and download the FanDuel Sportsbook app. Just use my promo code Randy1580 so they know I sent you. Got to be 21 or older, present in Arizona. Real online, first online real money wager only. Refund issued as a non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 7 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem, 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text next step to 53342.
So I just want to mention something real fast. Hey, Donnie. Hey.
Oh, boy.
Donnie.
You're just going to antagonize him, aren't you?
No. I'm just going to say, because he brought it up. He says, all the pro teams won last night. Better hang a banner.
Well, I mean,
if we do, it'll have 2 Minnesota teams, the big fat L on their foreheads from last night because the Coyotes beat the Wild. So,
yeah.
Hey, Donnie.
Wow.
How you doing?
You know he's going to be a little surly, right?
Of course. He's always surly. In the best of days, Donnie is surly.
Even when the Minnesota teams win.
I don't think he's surly.
He'll admit it. He's an angry man on Twitter. All the time, and always anti-Valley Sports. And so you can't say nothing to us, Donnie. We've beat 2 of your teams in the same night. And guess what else? One of them is one of the worst teams in their league.
We didn't act. The Arizona teams did not actually beat 2 Minnesota teams.
That's right.
The Coyotes.
I got excited. No, you're right. I got excited.
I know. I'm just trying to help you out, pal. Just trying to help you.
Okay.
So the other team beat Ralph's team, so he'll get his on Friday. And
hey, Donnie,
our horrible teams.
You can just start the show with, "Hey, Ralph," and just
Actually,
you know, Ralph's not going to buy into it. He'll have some excuse. Well, the Dodgers are going to go. So
this was actually in the headlines. Did you see that? That's the headline.
Look at that. Look
Wow.
at that.
We're 5-3. All right, Donnie. Okay.
Huh.
Hey, Donnie.
How did that happen?
Thunder Snow says, Donnie, Donnie.
You guys are really poking. You're poking the
because he
poking the
pokes
bear
all the time.
I mean, still, you're poking the bear there. Donnie's a little grouchy today.
I met him, nice guy in person. But oh boy, on the Twitter, he's an angry Twitter dude. Let's see. Rough Rob says, how long before CP3 kicks Jake from State Farm right in the Ginobili?
You kidding me? Jake is feeding him all that money. There's no way he's going to kick in Cha-Cha Bongos.
But if Jake from State Farm was standing between Chris Paul and an NBA trophy,
yeah.
the Larry O'Brien trophy, I mean, he's getting it too. And
You don't kick the goose that laid the golden eggs in the golden eggs. You know what I'm saying? Good Cat says Vince Wilfork's son just pled guilty to stealing his father's Super Bowl rings and other items totaling $300,000. That's just a shame. The kid's got some history in drugs, so that's heartbreaking for old Vince Wilfork. But I'm gonna stay away from that. It ain't none of my business. Senior Wake and Bake says, so Golden State gonna be like Chris Paul and slap the Nuggets. Exactly. You are correct, sir. Wow, that was very coherent of him.
Coherent and subtle and wow, well done.
Fish Tank says, spoiler alert, the Wild that the Coyotes beat, they're also from Minnesota. Hey, Donnie.
Yeah.
Boomer Sooner. Yeah, I think he probably texted that earlier. Boomer Sooner says, Jeffrey, I was just curious, does Keon really know what he's in for with this heat coming up? He's not talking about the Miami Heat. He's talking about the actual heat. Yeah, but Keon got here in July of last year, so he knows what he's in for. He just hasn't had the long haul of it yet.
Yeah, he's had a taste of what it's like. He's not experienced it, going from relatively nice to, oh my God, how did I land in hell?
So, Keon, you need to understand the phraseologies here so you don't look like a newbie, okay? When it is 90 degrees, 100 degrees, 105, it's not hot. You don't say, oh my God, it's hot.
Yeah, don't do that.
Kind of warm. It's kind of warm out. Ugh, yeah, it's kind of warm out here. 110, you can say, okay, it's hot. It's hot out. Yeah, because it's hot. 110 is hot. So that is your line, right?
That confused me because I was talking to Mark Asher earlier, and he was like, "Oh, yesterday was 90. That's not bad." I was like, "That's not bad."
Well, because that ends up being the overnight low when the real heat hits. Okay. So
yeah.
And it's funny because when it's in the springtime and you hit 80, 85 and you're like, oh my God, it's warm. But then in the heat of the summer, that feels cool. So everything is relative when it comes to that. But if you want to fit in more with the natives, hot is 110. Warm is 100, maybe 95 to 100. You say anything at 90, people are going to just punch you in the throat.
Yeah, they'll look at you odd. Yeah.
Last Optimist says, I'm smoking some pork ribs right now. Does that count? It always counts. Just, not a prime rib on prime rib day, but well done getting some smoking in there.
Absolutely.
Let's see. Kiss the Cook says, Minnie, haha. What was the last time I saw something go down that hard? Oh, okay. Well, I don't understand what you're asking me. I have to stop because the rest of it
is. Did he say go down that hard?
Yeah, that he ended with a joke about Marilyn Chambers, but I don't know what the hell he's talking about.
Ooh.
He says it is Big Hair Wednesday, Randy. Pour me a shot of Motley Crue Home Sweet Home.
What?
I don't know. I guess that's a booze. Crew, not CRUE, but CREW. I don't know what's happening anymore. Senior Wake and Bake says, hey, Minnesota fan, up your butt and around the corner.
Wow.
Well, we just gave him some credit for a coherent text, and well, that's done. All right. So where were we? Anything else anybody wants to say about these Phoenix Suns and that win last night? It still
was
worried, still nervous.
Well, I mean, I could see that, and I'm a little anticipatory as they head into Pelican land. But listen, I think the Suns 64 wins this season, number one seed overall for a reason. Made some adjustments last night. Don't let up on that energy. Just walk in there and what the hell is it? The slushy Slushy Margarita Arena. What the hell it is?
King Arena.
Smoothie King Arena, and kick some Pelican ass, and let's come out of there and get a little extra rest, and let Devin Booker get on the mend. So there you go.
Fifth letter says, man, I feel bad for you Phoenix sports fans. Are we really getting excited for all the teams winning in the same night? LOL. Yeah, we are. Let me give you an example. For Phoenix, that sort of an occurrence is kind of like a solar eclipse. If a solar eclipse happened every day, we wouldn't be running out with the little boxes, putting pinholes in it, trying to look at it, trying to see how cool it looks. Because you'd be like, solar eclipse. That was a solar eclipse for us. So shut up, get out of the way, and here, hold this box so I can look at the sun. Okay?
I don't see what the problem is enjoying the fact that all three major sports teams won on the same evening.
I feel like in every city, if you have multiple major sports teams and they all win, that's usually news.
Yeah. It's fair to mention. Okay. The Heat are gone. The wrong Heat. Wish this Heat was gone, but no, the Heat have sent them along their way. They have gone on to the next round. The Atlanta Hawks go bye-bye. Crazy, sweaty hair Trae Young. Boy, he just kind of fell apart in this series, didn't he? He was just kind of non-existent, sort of existent, non-existent. So what was the story on this? Why did the Atlanta Hawks go down so hard and so easy? Now, don't play the music, Randy. To the Miami Heat.
Before you talk, Keon, because you're way more into this than I am, but I have to say this. I thought that Trae Young did a wonderful job given his specific team, because I don't think he had enough help around him. And I think that it was easy for the Heat, which is a really good basketball team, to key on him and kind of, no pun intended, Keon, use your name, key on him. But to hold him down and defend him well, because they didn't really have anybody else on the team that can help him out, that can go out on any given night and take over for him. So
it makes sense because Victor Home Depot and Bam Yabba Dabba Doo, they balanced out their point output and rebounds and stuff like that. So is that really the case there, Keon, that Trae Young just didn't have enough help and he was easily shut down?
That's a big part of it, because and this is one of the issues when Trae Young got drafted, people were concerned about. It's his size. He's just not that big. And
they got a commercial where some lady's got to get something off the shelf for him. Have you seen that?
I haven't seen that one.
Oh
yeah. It's a State Farm commercial.
Yeah,
but he's a smaller player, and look, he's managed to make up for it with his ridiculous shooting range and ball handling that is absurd. Like if you took him and put him in the past, he'd be a damn wizard to some of the NBA players that would look at him then. But he does get beat up a lot. And that Miami, they came out as a point of contention to beat up Trae Young. That was the game plan. And it doesn't help that they didn't have Clint Capella 100% this series. He missed multiple games. He played last night, but he didn't play very much. He didn't play very well, coming off of a knee injury. And he is their version of DeAndre Ayton. He is their guy that protects the rim on defense and works the pick and roll game with Trae Young. So without him, that really hurt. They got a lot out of DeAndre Hunter last night. The player that they drafted a year ago didn't play, but he did show up in that final game of the series, 35 points. It just wasn't enough. But I think if they were able to get more out of DeAndre Hunter over the course of that series, I still don't think they beat Miami, but I think this probably goes longer.
All right. Well, bye-bye Hawks, and the Heat get to take a rest as they get ready to see who they play next. In the meantime, Doc Rivers is getting a little surly about the kind of things we were talking about just the other day, and that is Doc Rivers. He is, the only coach to ever preside over more than one loss after taking a 3-1 lead, and he has a history in the playoffs of not getting anywhere, getting stopped in the first round. And so he finally was like, you know what? Fine. Well, I'll tell you what, you should go back and tell the whole story with me. Right. He started going off and making excuses like, well, that guy was hurting this year and this guy was this. Okay. Okay. I'll tell you what though, in 2020, that was mine. I'll take that one. I'll take that one. But the rest, I've got excuses. Oh my gosh, Chris Paul didn't play in those 2 games, and he didn't have a leg, and we weren't on the home court. And remember when I took a team that was an 8th seed against the Pistons? Oh, they should have said good job. He got all kinds of defensive. Yeah, and he had when in making a case saying tell the whole story because that's not fair. He made everybody's point about him.
That's the thing is I don't think if you just look at the context of everything he was wrong, but so what? I just don't know A, who wants to hear it, B, who on earth that helps, and C, I mean, your job is to coach teams and figure out a way when things aren't going your way. And so for him to have all those excuses, that was a problem.
I'll give him one of those. Okay, how about that? I'll be generous. I'll give Doc Rivers one of those. The rest, you just made our point. Okay. Last Optimist says Doc Rivers is a locker room poison. Hey, did you forget to push the thing?
I did forget to pot up the audio there. So we're in break now.
All right, go ahead and bring it up.
Bye.
408 race.
Hey everybody, Mark Asher back to tell you about my great friends over at the Lund Mortgage Team. Now, we've seen interest rates go as low as we've seen them in years recently. We've also seen them bouncing around. A lot of uncertainty of what is going on in the loan game as far as mortgages are concerned. That's why I lean on my friends at the Lund Mortgage Team. They have been in business for 20 plus years here in the Valley. They only lend in Arizona. They are trusted. They'll get you that reliable quote. And if you're thinking about refinancing, whether it's to just lower your rate, maybe lower the terms of your rate, maybe down to 15 or 20 years, or if you're like, hey, we got a lot of debt on the side, we got some problems going on, we want to consolidate debt, or I've always wanted a pool. Now's the time to do it. Take some of that equity out, refinance, and get things done around your house that you want. But you got to use the best in the business. That's the Lund Mortgage Team. 623-875-9940, 623-875-9940, or check them out online, lundmortgage.com.
Hey, is this line secure?
Franco's cybersecurity firm secured a contract, and that's all we're allowed to say.
We have a green light on hiring.
He needs web security professionals with a military background.
3 teams of 4, 24-hour rotations, but Protocol Zulu is on a need-to-know basis.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews right from the Indeed dashboard, so you can stay organized and connected all the way to the hire. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things. You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too. And that's why we did something about it. We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers. We are normal people just like you. And together, we can make a difference. Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the Arizona Army National Guard, aired by the Arizona Broadcasters Association and this station.
Your home has gone way up in value, but have you taken advantage of it? This is Rob Canier with a phenomenal opportunity to tap into some of your home equity, earning tax-free income and eliminating your mortgage payment while staying in your home as long as you want. With home prices leveling off, don't wait to learn more about the new reverse mortgage. This is a safe and proven money-saving and tax-free income opportunity for homeowners age 62 and older. Call me, Reverse Rob, and learn more today at 602-REVERSE. That's 602-738-3773, or download my app by searching Retire Right with Reverse Rob.
Live from the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale.
This is KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K240 U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
I don't know what to do.
What's wrong, buddy?
Well, yesterday we were excited, and of course the Suns stepped up and won because it was Al McCoy's birthday.
Yeah.
Today's Joe Buck's birthday. I don't know what we're supposed to do.
Weep.
Just,
Day
I'm
of
just
mourning.
I'm a little worried about what might happen. So I just don't know what to do.
They don't play today.
Yeah.
So you're not going to have any of Joe Buck's.
And he's not doing baseball anymore, right?
I don't know if he's still doing Cardinals baseball, the local broadcast or not.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right, I just try to forget about the fact that it's Joe Buck's birthday. That's all.
Yeah, I think it's just best to push that garbage out of your mind. And let's
the minute
move
I
on.
saw that, somebody needs to hit a reset button on me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Well, this is the 4 o'clock hour of the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harman Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And, Joe Buck can't hurt us anymore on the World Series or otherwise. So we can talk some baseball. Let's talk about what happened. How did the Arizona Diamondbacks pull out 2 wins in a row against the best team in baseball, Randy?
A lot of luck. I think they had one of those every once in a while the Diamondbacks host the Hopi Nation. Is it the Hopi Nation here in Arizona? Is it
yeah, I think so.
Anyway, they have the Hopi Nation, and maybe what they had was they had some sort of those dream catchers. They had those placed around the entire ballpark, and all the dreams and all of the the hopes of fans were caught in that dream catcher. And for one day, they were empowered, and the dreams came true. And that's what happened.
Native Americans always have a bit of that magic on them. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, a great tradition of the dream catching and all that. Yeah.
But whenever I see like a white guy with a dream catcher like hanging from the
that's not good. Yeah.
From the rear view mirror of their car, and then
that's not good.
And you see how bad a shape that car is in, and you're thinking their dreams did not get caught. Their dreams have all died. And yeah, so if that's what we want to give it, I'm happy to give it credit to our Native American friends, whatever the case. But it's good to see the Diamondbacks get 2 in a row. I'm going to save my notes about that for when Ralph is here, because that's going to be fun. And
can I just comment on something else?
Sure.
Did any of the 3 of us see the Rockies being better than the San Diego Padres this season so far?
I think you'll note that I did. I think I brought that up early when we were having a roundtable discussion. You all laughed at me, and I said, hey, Colorado's the place of my birth, and by God, the Rockies are going to be something else. And you laughed and laughed and laughed. And I said, you'll see, Randy White. You'll see.
True? No, there's no
prove
truth to
it.
that
Prove it's not true.
Prove that when I talk about having the great council of the Daily Blender voting and burning the paper, and we have the election for the Hall of Fame, prove that's not true.
No, I just say it's not true because it's not true.
And so it's not true.
Well, you can find audio of me saying that.
No.
If you look hard enough.
No. It doesn't exist. Sorry, pal.
I will say I didn't have the Rockies better than the Padres.
No, because I did. Don't try to take credit for my brilliance, Keon.
I'm not trying to take. I said I didn't.
Keon, go ahead with your in-depth analysis.
I mean, I don't even know how in-depth it's going to be, because the Padres spent a lot of money over the last 2 seasons to put together a team that could compete with the Giants and compete with the Dodgers. And I don't think that when they were building this team, they actually thought they'd have to worry about the Rockies. And apparently they do.
Yeah. So, I mean, baseball, what a great sport. You just never know. From the Twins are in the lead in the AL Central. The Twins, the Minnesota Twins.
Oh, don't you get Donnie started.
I know.
Yeah. Last Optimist says, I'm sure the Suns will win for my birthday tomorrow. Big George says, Jeffrey, you never said the Colorado Rockies would be good. Rewind the tape. You'll see. No, I dare you to rewind the tape. I dare you to find where I did not say that.
Now, Jeffrey, do you want to irritate Big George?
Well, he's in California.
He's the guy that always texts in and says you win everything.
I'm just saying, he's in California. I'm not too worried about it.
Just keep it in mind.
He also has a newborn baby, and so he's exhausted and tired. He will forget this conversation ever happened, so I'm not worried at all. Okay. Big George, thank you. Last Optimist says, I'm sure the Suns will win for my birthday tomorrow. That seems like I've just read that. It's because I did. Fish Tank says, did you guys see how the Diamondbacks scored? 1-1 game in the bottom of the 8th, runner on first. Diamondbacks drop a bunt. Third baseman overthrows first, and the Diamondbacks scored. Almost more fun to watch the Dodgers shift themselves. I think that means shoot themselves in the foot, rather than be outright beat.
I've been saying that for a few seasons now. These teams put a shift on you because you're a dead pull hitter, and they shift everybody to the third base side if you're a right-handed batter, or the first base side because you're a left-handed batter. Drop a bunt down the third base line or the first base line. You can get a double.
Randy's Chuckle says, I put 1 penny parlay on Major League Baseball division winners. I did include the Rockies. If I win, my penny gets me $215,000.
Wow. I'm kind of rooting for you and your penny right now.
See, you listen to my advice. Good for you.
I know.
Shut up, Randy. Happy Lefty says, Jeffrey just said to rewind the tape. Are we starting the show again? No. This is.
I can do that. I have the power.
We'll have to have a private inquiry into my comments. I'm pretty sure I'll be exonerated. No. Good Cat says, burn in hell, Dodgers. Oh, we need to get Fish Tank to make a burn in hell Dodgers version of that song. See, Fifth Letter says, all BS aside, congratulations on the Suns win last night. Actually won me some money. Tell you what, though, finishing 6th. Don't let it come back to Phoenix. Well, that's the idea.
Yeah.
But we shall see. This is a tough team. Boomer Sooner says, Jeffrey, I'm not smoking any pork loin or steaks right now or any prime rib, but I am smoking something else out on the balcony. Boomer Sooner. All right. Going to assume that you're talking about a cigar. Just going to assume that. Big George says, well, I'm actually coming back to town tomorrow, Jeffrey. I could easily pay the station a visit with my newborn strapped to my chest. See, that's more scary than you trying to fight me. You hand me a baby and I'm just going to be like, you win, George. Whatever you want, take it back. Take this thing back.
Take it before it goes off. Take it.
Yeah, remember, I've I got 5 kids, 3 of which I had to deal with screaming and diaper changing and all that stuff. I'm done. I don't even like to hear a baby cry across a restaurant. It gets like that little like chalk nails and the chalkboard thing. And don't get me wrong, I like my kids.
Get you right back here in the feelers, doesn't it, Jeffco?
I like my kids. I do not like your kids. Okay. Like I said, I'll make an exception for Big George because I'm pretty sure Big George is going to ask me to be the godfather. That's makes sense.
Of course.
But most of the time, not interested in your screaming, cackling, snotty, pooping, peeing babies. All right. I'm done. I've done my time. I did my time. So don't hand me your baby. I think I'm going to get a t-shirt next time we do a remote that says, don't hand me your baby. I don't think there's going to be a rush of people trying to hand me a baby, but just in case, don't hand me your baby. I mean, I'll hold your baby while you go use the restroom, George, as long as you bring some Chick-fil-A. Then that's a deal. That's a deal. But if you're gone an hour, I'm calling the police. I don't want to get tricked into that. Boomer Sooner says, I feel the same way about kids. I happen to have identical twin granddaughters, 10 years old. They're extremely loud and it drives me crazy. It gives me freaking headache. But what do? You can't wait for them to grow up, I guess. Like, no, you do wait for them to grow up. That's what you do.
You turn the radio up, Grandpa, and you sing along with them.
My grandpa was a steel worker, but also he was a genius. He was a steel worker in Ohio, and he was a Cleveland Indians fan. But then he also was the guy who taught me to play Scrabble when I was 8, and we both shared books on physics and science fiction, Isaac Asimov, and all sorts of stuff. And we would talk quantum theory. This guy was a brilliant man, and he would sit there and he learned how to drown us out, and that was with the volume of the TV, because he was about deaf anyway. So he'd be sitting there watching Tom and Jerry, or he liked the Muppet Show, and then he'd watch PBS stuff, whatever. But all of a sudden, he didn't yell at us, shut up. He just was like, hit that button until we were like rolling on the ground, holding our ears. Grandma, turn it down. So yes, I know that there's going to be grandkids running around someday, and I intend to corrupt them completely every chance I get. That's another reason don't have your baby, because I'm going to teach them so many things wrong.
Yeah.
I can't wait. Good Cat says this may have been mentioned, but it's the dunk by Ja Morant over Beasley. That was amazing.
Yes, it was.
Exclamation point there too, right?
I mean, he does it.
Go ahead, Keon.
I was going to say he does it very often.
Well, and I was going to ask you, I know that Ja Morant's got knee problems. How long is he going to be able to continue at this pace?
Well, I don't know. I think that it like different guys are just sort of built differently. Russell Westbrook was able to do what he did for years and years and years. And I know he's not playing well lately, but in terms of the physicality and the athleticism, he's still got it. And then other guys, they get hurt like Derrick Rose. And then when they come back, they're just not quite the same. They still have the instincts, but now their body isn't going to move as quickly and as fast as it did before they got injured. So with Ja, it's time's going to tell. But I will say he does have the intelligence to adapt his game, because people forget that Chris Paul, when he first came in the league, incredible athlete. This is a guy that dunked on Dwight Howard. I don't know if he was a rookie or his second year in the league, but I mean, prime Dwight Howard just went up and just dunked all over him. And then Chris Paul tore his ACL, and he wasn't quite the same athlete, but because he has the mental game, he's able to continue to dominate in a variety of different ways. I think Ja is capable of doing that if his body doesn't hold up.
And don't count CP3 out as an athlete still. No, he's probably not. I mean, he did that dunk in practice last year. Everybody was like, whoa, he still has that ability. But here's the thing. You get to a certain age, you play smarter and not harder. Yeah. And that's what he has been up to. So
yeah, he just chooses not to.
Right.
But
conserve that energy, old man.
But the athleticism he had, man, before he tore that ACL, that was a different guy. And he's now picking his spots, which is what you have to do when you get older.
Rye Guy says kids are absolutely overrated. Random Texture says, so Jeffrey, it's not just Raven Kid you don't like. You don't like all kids, but your own kids. Yeah, I got 5 kids that I love and adore. Your kids, okay, it's nice to meet you. Yeah, and then it's like, okay, but no, Raven Kid. I always he's here once they can talk. Now I can have a conversation with them. So no, I never said I don't like Raven Kid. Oh, he'd be damn annoying sometimes, the smug little turd, because he was right so much. So I got nothing but respect for Raven Kid. It just sometimes he gets on your nerves. But no, I like Raven Kid. Big George says, all right, Jeffrey, it's a deal. If I stop by the station with my newborn Luke, I'll definitely bring Chick-fil-A for you so I can go use the restrooms. Yeah, but I'm going to have somebody follow you and make sure you don't try to leave the building. The Godfather ain't watching the kid that long. Okay. Hefty Lefty says, Iron Eagle with the elite call on the dunk too, calling it the jawbreaker. It was great. And in the moment, my ass, he'd been hanging on to that one for a while.
Yeah.
Iron Eagle plans what pair of shoes he's going to wear 3 weeks out. Okay. He's that kind of guy. Trust me.
There's nothing wrong with it. It was still cool when it happened.
Yeah,
but in the moment, not so much.
Waited till the right moment to pull that one out of his pocket. So, hey, Randy, let's talk about this. This is a controversy in baseball right now. They're saying, okay, what the hell's going on with the balls? The balls are bad. We have bad balls in baseball. Baseball has bad balls.
Sounds like a personal problem, but go ahead.
No. Here's what it is. They're saying that the balls have been of bad quality. And they tried to say there was an issue with supply chain or whatever, and they changed the balls. Didn't tell anybody this was happening. There's been issues with consistency on these baseballs. So what happens is the pitchers, now they banned every substance known to man. The pitchers, they can't really get a good grip on it. So then they're trying to throw a curveball, then they're over gripping the ball. And now people are getting plunked left and right. So much so you're seeing a few less bench clearing moments when that happens, because everybody knows it's not on purpose. It's more of a factor of the ball. So I just thought maybe you'd have some insight on that as the resident Mr. Baseball. And, hear me give you an example. Now, I don't care because it's the Mets. And of course, I had a conversation with Bruce Jacobs today, and the last thing he says, go Mets. I'm like, no, no, go Mets. And so the Mets batters have been hit 18 times through 19
today.
games.
19 today.
They made it 19. Okay, so 19 through 20 games. And they were plunking people left and right. And it's not necessarily on purpose. So what do you do about this?
Well, first of all, a Major League Baseball is a finely tuned instrument. And when I say that, there's no irregularities in it. It's generally, it goes through some strenuous tests to make sure that it is up to Major League standards. So that's a bunch of hockey, horse hockey, that the baseballs are bad. Well, they go through a lot of tests before they get sent to Major League clubs. So,
time out on that. Major League Baseball has admitted there has been a change in the balls midway through so far this season.
Well, the other thing is Major League owns the baseballs. It used to come from the Rawlings company, and I think they purchased the Rawlings baseball or the Spalding baseball, whatever it was, whatever company they purchased that over the last couple of seasons, and they started manufacturing their own baseballs. So if anybody has to answer for the quality of baseballs, it would be your Major League office there in New York City. Now, the second thing you got to know is, I don't know what to say about this. If you're getting hit by a breaking pitch, that's one thing. If you're getting hit by a fastball, a normal fastball, we all were taught how to throw a baseball a certain way. That's how you end up throwing your fastball. Generally, your fingers are on the seams, and you get a good grip that way. So if the seams are a little lower or they're a little out of whack, they're not up, up high enough, that could cause some issues, but not a whole lot. I can't see the baseballs being the issue for so many hit batters.
Well, let me give you an example. Max Scherzer said he felt like he was throwing a cue ball, and it caused him to overgrip that ball back, about a week or so ago.
And that's the thing. These guys have developed over the years. Sorry, Keon, I'll get to you in a second here. These guys have developed over the years a specific grip to throw their specialty ball. It might have a little rise on it. It might have a little hook on it. It might have a little slide on it. When they throw their fastball, little movement to that fastball. And that comes from where you grip it on the baseball. So if the seams are lower, it's going to seem like in a pitcher's hand that it's much smoother. And, and that's part of the game. Major League Baseball is going to have to figure this out and get the baseballs right. Go ahead, Keon.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about this because I remember I had a conversation with the play-by-play guy for the Braves, and he was saying that it was 2019 where we were talking about having the juiced baseballs, and the Major League Baseball somehow moved the pill in the baseball, and it caused it to go further, fly further off of home runs, and it was another one of those. Every time a pitcher mentioned it, they said that they could all feel the difference. And I'm guessing this is kind of like that. Is this a similar situation to that? Could that possibly be what's causing the balls to be different?
No, this is more about the smoothness of the outside
seams,
of the ball.
Okay,
so seams being lower, not as high as they normally are,
which could be compensated for if you allowed at least some universal substance to be used that would help a pitcher grip that ball. And some players are asking for that, saying, "Listen, give us at least some sort of substance that can be approved. That's not illegal, but just something everybody uses." That'll help control the ball. This isn't about trying to cheat. This is about trying to control the ball to where we're not breaking people's helmets off their head. And that's what this one is about. Not about when they move the pill, it's about how far the ball would fly. When they took the seams down, now you're just like Scherzer said, you're throwing a cue ball at a guy.
Yeah, and they're going to have to come up with something. They're going to have to give the pitchers something. Used to be back in the day, Keon, Jeffrey, we would walk out there in Little League pitcher's mound or whatever. We grab a little rosin on our hands. We'd rub up the ball. It'd be nice and tacky, and we could make some good throws. These guys have elaborate. That's not even the word I'm looking for. They've got this intense amount of spin. I mean, they grip the ball a certain way. and they contort it in such a way to spin it so that it's got so many RPMs on it before it hits home plate. And they count on that baseball to be, in spec. And if it's not, you've got to use something to help you grip the ball better, because otherwise it'll slip right off your finger. Now you got a guy that just got plunked, and it's not your fault. You didn't mean to.
Especially because you were looking at, I saw it on CBS Sports this morning. They were talking about the sweeper pitch that's taken over the whole league. They're throwing all these sliders that basically have more lateral movement. Well, that's more opportunity for somebody to get plunked.
Yeah. These guys are dropping their release angles down. Their arms are straightening out, and they're sweeping across their body and putting a spin on it that way. And it kind of sweeps across the plate. It might start on the inside part of the plate and sweep right across. And it gives these batters a hard time, hitting the ball. But you're exactly right.
Major League Baseball needs to get the seams back, come up with a version of this baseball, and stay consistent with it, because it's not just not fair to the batters or the pitchers. Now it's a safety issue. Major League Baseball, get your act together. All right, taking a break. We'll be back. A little more baseball, but a whole bunch of football on the way. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
NASCAR Championship weekend is back at Phoenix Raceway. Drivers will put it all on the line to claim NASCAR greatness. The Truck Series Championship kicked things off Friday night under the lights. We're going to tear it up tonight. Followed by an action-packed Saturday, where fans will witness an ARCA and Xfinity Series Championship doubleheader. Don't miss out on the action November 4th and 5th. Get your tickets now for NASCAR Championship weekend at PhoenixRaceway.com or call 866-408-RACE.
When you run a business, you need to be in control. And while you can't control everything that happens in the world of business, you can definitely take control of your utility expenses with the help of Harmon Solar. Give them a call and see how your company can save up to 80% on that monthly electric bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Harmon Solar is a local family-owned company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
Did you know that Constructors Bonding has been Arizona's leader in surety management for over 40 years? Hi, this is Dave McKee, president of Constructors Bonding, inviting you to learn how our team can deliver better bonding than anyone, anywhere. Contractors, developers, attorneys, car dealers, and hundreds of other industries turn to Constructors Bonding for their bond solutions. Call me personally at 602-432-5929 to learn how Constructors Bonding is your solution for better bonding.
We're on a mission to connect every Arizona service member, veteran, and their families to the support and resources they deserve. If you or someone you know needs assistance with benefits, health care and wellness, employment, or housing, visit connectveterans.org or call 866-4AZ-VETS right now to learn more. This message is brought to you by the Arizona Coalition for Military Families, the Arizona Department of Veterans Services, and Arizona's Be Connected partners.
Did you know that Constructors Bonding has been Arizona's leader in surety management for over 40 years? Hi, this is Dave McKee, president of Constructors Bonding, inviting you to learn how our team can deliver better bonding than anyone, anywhere. Contractors, developers, attorneys, car dealers, and hundreds of other industries turn to Constructors Bonding for their bond solutions. Call me personally at 602-432-5929 to learn how Constructors Bonding is your solution for better bonding.
1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic is your exclusive home for the six-time world champion Indoor Football League's Arizona Rattlers.
Hey, listen up.
Tune in to The Fanatic for all the fast-paced, hard-hitting action. Listen as the Rattlers work toward the playoffs and their 7th world championship in team history.
Let's keep it going.
Arizona Rattlers football, exclusively on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic and at 1580thefanatic.com.
Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, and Chris Bassett from the Mets said the following: Major League Baseball has a big problem with baseballs. Everyone knows it. Every pitcher in the league knows it. They're bad, and they don't care. Major League Baseball doesn't give a damn about it. They don't care. We've told them there's problems, and they don't care. And it's extremely annoying to see his teammates get hit. So yeah, this you're gonna have a bunch of guys speaking out very vocally about this, and I don't care what the problem is. If there was some sort of legit supply chain issue or whatever, solve it, get it fixed, because there are certain games, like if they don't have the right equipment, if you show up to an NBA game and they don't have the right kind of basketball, do you think they're going to play with some crap ball? No, they'll go out and get us a good ball. So Major League Baseball goes through, how many balls do they go through a year, Randy? Like ridiculous amounts, right?
Yeah, it's crazy. There's some estimates they go through, a couple hundred baseballs each game. So do the math. I mean,
here's the math.
Crazy.
Here's the math. If A can't be fixed, then you need B to fix the problem you have with A. Translation: if you can't fix the damn baseballs, allow the pitchers to use at least one consistent substance for control, and you're going to probably save the cranium of a few players this year.
Which, by the way, they asked for last year when the league was cracking down on it and enforcing it and saying, this is not something we want to allow in the sport, and it's cheating, etc. What most guys were saying was, okay, well, can we replace it with something else? And we'll let you decide what we replace it with, but it can't be nothing. And I guess we're starting to see the consequences of that too.
Well, and
fix the ball.
If I might be so bold to say, shame on all of you instructors as these guys were coming up through the system to teach them to use spider tack or to teach them to use some sort of substance instead of teaching them how to throw the baseball correctly. Shame on all of you private pitching coaches that brought these youngsters up and taught them how to throw the baseball using a substance rather than using a rosin or using your fingers for the right feel. We would not be in as bad a shape as we would be this year if we did not teach these youngsters coming up to use that spider tack stuff.
Or you'd be in exactly the same position, because if they've lowered the seams and made the baseball glossy, if they've taught them to use the seams rather than the substance, you'd still be screwed right now.
Well, yes and no, because the umpires, at least as far as I understand, the umpires used to take the game balls, a whole box of game balls. So that's 75 game balls. And they would take, and they had this special mixture of mud that they would rub each ball off, and they would make sure that the gloss is taken off of it and that there's the glare taken off of it for the batters. It's not so brilliant white. And these guys would put these balls into play, and they were grippable. They were usable. So my only thinking is that Major League Baseball, having got themselves into the baseball making industry, have screwed it up, and they've taken away the spider tack, which a lot of these kids don't understand the feel of a baseball or how to correct gripping the baseball in a way that's not going to let it go crazy and hit these batters.
And also, first off, to answer your question, Jeffrey, the estimate is 291,600 baseballs in a season for Major League Baseball.
Well, thanks for that, but I've already moved on in my head, because once Randy said spider tack, all I can hear in there now is spider tack, spider tack.
I was also going to say, Chris Bassett also said that it's inconsistent from inning to inning. So first inning, the ball's good. Third inning, the ball's bad. Fifth inning, the ball's okay. Fourth inning, the ball's bad. Because
they got a case of mixed balls.
Yeah.
Well, there's nothing dirty there. I don't know why you're giggling.
It made me laugh. Okay, I am a child. Let me have this.
Major League Baseball has a problem with their balls.
I don't know, but it's the umpires. That's one of their jobs, to make sure the baseballs are usable in the game. If they're not, they've got to get rid of them.
Yeah, we can count on those guys, right? Yeah, we can count on umpires. Sure. So it starts at the factory. Get your act together, Major League Baseball, or let them have a substance. We have other issues here. This might be a more important issue, Randy. When you advertise something, you best come through with it. You know what I'm saying? Expectations are raised, and expectations need to be met or exceeded.
What happened?
That is the way to go. Under promise, over deliver. Not over promise, under deliver. And the Marlins are guilty of this. So here's the thing, nobody's going to the Marlins games. You know what I'm saying? And so they're like, well, we got to do something. How about this? $25. You get a ticket to the game, a beer, and 2 tacos.
Sounds reasonable.
Considering concession prices, not too bad. You show up, you're already beered, and you're tacoed. And there you go. Let me show you a picture of the tacos. Now, the pink substance you're going to see on there, I am told are pickled onions or something.
Oh, no.
Yeah, take a look at this. What's the problem with that picture? You got a nice can of beer.
All onions.
Yeah, there's hardly anything in that taco.
Yeah, where's the meat?
There's a whole lot of tortilla, not a whole lot of taco there.
Yeah.
That is a travesty. And listen, I get it. $25. You get the beer and the ticket. You might be like, I guess. But if you're going to offer me a taco, by God, it better have a little more something to it than that. That just looks sad. That looks as sad as the Marlins play.
Should have never let Derek Jeter walk away, huh?
I would feel duped if I went to the stadium and paid my $25 and got my ticket and got my beer and then looked down and saw that those were the tacos.
Yeah, I know. Just so deflated. You'd be sitting there, thanks for the beer, and I'm glad I got in the game. But now you're starting to go, is this worth $25? Because it's the Marlins. Is it worth $25?
No,
beer and tickets?
You came for the tacos. You didn't come for the Marlins. They just happen to be there. And like Randy always says, you can't beat a night at the good old ballpark. So you're out there, and taking in some baseball. Yeah. But you came for the tacos. Yeah, that's why you're here.
And you're sitting there like, I'm glad I got a beer. I'm glad I'm seeing the game. And you're looking at these sad ass tacos. And now you're depressed again. Now you've sort of lost the will to taco, I guess. I mean,
that's horrible.
Does that make you feel good about your purchase?
No.
Am I expecting too much for $25?
No, because you're not saying that this has to be the greatest tacos ever. It just put some meat in the tacos. Put like a little bit more, because I don't see any.
Pickled onions and tacos. Give me a break.
Pickled onions. And why are they pink? That's another thing. Why are they pink?
No, it's a weird shade of pink too. It's I don't understand that.
We all enjoy a nice pink taco, but let me tell you something about pickled onions. That's 2 different flavors you don't need in your mouth, especially not in a taco. What are you doing?
You don't want no onions in your taco.
No, I don't know why you're playing that. Stop it. 888-368-1580. Random texter says $25 for a ticket and a beer and a couple of tacos. Not bad considering. Raven Kid just looked up ticket prices to the Diamondbacks, and the cheapest he could find was $31, and that's just for the seat. No tacos, no beer.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll pay $31 to sit there and watch a game. Is that too much?
You're not going to sit there. You're going to sit way the hell up there for $31.
Oh, you know what?
Way up there, Jeffco.
Way over there? Okay, we need to maybe not sit way over there. Where do you want to sit when we go to this game, Randy? Where's a good place?
Can we get our press credentials? Can we sit in the press box?
You don't want to do that because you can't cheer there. And you can't sit there and drink and eat and do all the stuff you do normally at the game. You just you're kind of there pretending to work.
Well, either third or first baseline. Either way, either baseline. I don't care.
Third or first baseline. You want to be lined up with the base?
Yeah. Well, okay. Maybe. Yeah.
All right. So I'll look into this. How much do you think we're going to pay for these things?
Well, it's not going to be $31 a seat.
All right, I got that. But what's too much, and what's too, because I'm trying to find the range of where we might
have to look it up. I want to see what baseline tickets are. Maybe we could sit in the second deck.
All right, I just need your consultation on this because I don't want to get them too expensively close, and I don't want to get them too inexpensively far. Where's a good range of place? You might need to pick out some seats on the Ticketmaster map thing. So
what we could do is we could sit in the outfield bleachers. Now, bleacher seats are pretty good.
Yeah, I've sat out in the outfield. That's when I got to heckle Luis Gonzalez back in the day.
Why would you heckle Luis?
Because he had it coming, Randy. He had it coming. And if he was honest with himself, he deserved it. I was out there watching him play with my buddy, and we're sitting there and probably right there almost on I think we were on the fence. And I saw him. You know what he did? You know what he did, Randy? Randy? You want to know what he did, Randy?
What?
He didn't hustle.
He
didn't hustle, and he let a ball go by him, a grounder. It kind of went by him and didn't really. He could have hustled. He could have had that, but this was, at the end of his career, and he didn't hustle. And I started yelling, "Hey, how about some hustle, Luis?" And he turned around and gave me a look like, "You might be right, but I'd like to punch you in the face." And he retired shortly after that.
Mm.
That I may have been the reason that Luis Gonzalez hustled.
I think you are. Yeah.
Because he didn't have a good reason for not hustling when I yelled at him, "Hey, where's the hustle, man? Come on, you could have had that ball."
Were they winning the game?
I do not even remember that, but I don't care. Come on, man. You're out in the field. Play the game. Now, he was a great player. Nothing but respect for him. And I don't like hearing people when they start coming at him with the allegations that they always do. But in that moment, he's a guy that deserved to be heckled a little bit. And I gave it to him.
Well, I don't know.
That was fair. It was fair. He did not. If you'd seen the play, you'd been sick too. I was like,
Well,
what the hell, man? You didn't even try.
I don't know.
You have to trust me on this.
Okay, I'll trust you. I'll trust you.
Yeah, I mean, I'll heckle my favorite player when they blow it. Hey, man, what the hell? I'm not going to boo him. I got nothing but respect for him. But if I see it when it happens, I may have something to say about it.
I wore Gary Sheffield out one time. The Dodgers were in town. He was playing. I wore him out. Every time he walked on, boo, boo.
And you're giving me a hard time for giving Luis Gonzalez the business. Connecticut
played for the Dodgers at the time. So
Connecticut texter says that's done tough heckling right there. Big George says you can get a great seat in the second level for only $45. And it's got air conditioning because on the concourse there and the clean bathrooms, when your Colorado Rockies come to town next Friday, Jeffrey. They're not my Colorado Rockies. We only decided which teams we might take.
You did step up and say it's your hometown. You were born there.
Yeah, it's not my home. This is my hometown.
You picked them, so it's fair.
Well, I just as a team that would do well this year.
Your Colorado Rockies. Mm-hmm.
I will punch you in the duodenum. Kiss the Cook says NBA faced the same issue with composite basketballs. Luckily, made the change back to leather after multiple complaints from players and realizing that, yes, that was affecting scoring. He says, but I think whoever's making those balls for Major League Baseball, they must be shaving their balls. No, they're not. It's kind of, I guess you could see that. I don't think they're shaving the grip off. They're not shaving the seams. It's just they're settling lower in the ball during manufacturing. Right, Randy?
Yeah, I would think so. They've got to change those margins so that the seams are a little higher. Mm-hmm.
I just don't see them shaving their balls. King of Kittens says Rockies Diamondbacks Saturday, May 7th, 5 p.m. Tickets start at $18.
$18. That would be like the way up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like next to the parking lot.
Well, off air, we'll sort it out, figure it out for a Saturday or a Sunday game or something.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Can we bring our wives?
Sure. Why not?
If they want. I don't think they'll.
Keon doesn't have one. He's going to feel odd and weird.
Or you bring
Unless
our
we
wives.
can get him married off before then.
Or our pieces of ass. I mean, our ladies.
Hold on.
Hello.
Now, hang on.
Of course, that's not Keon's situation at all. She's a lovely person. I just wanted to see somebody's reaction. Let's see.
She's going to call you now.
I don't think that his girlfriend is the kind that just calls you. It just out of nowhere, suddenly something heavy hits you in the head. And I will have long forgotten trying to be funny. And I will get something the size of a sewing machine or typewriter or just something out of nowhere that makes no sense. And I won't even know it was her. I'll come in next day. I got hit in the head. What was it? I don't know. I'll have it coming. I understand this. Yeah. Let's see. Randy's Chuckle says, why don't you get Radio Ron to rent a suite for the game? That way you can invite the whole fourth dimension.
Hey, now we're talking. Now we're talking.
All right, Randy, you get to work on that. You get to work on that. In the meantime,
Ralph.
I'll look up inexpensive tickets. Connecticut Texter says, well, this weekend, $30 a pop, but you can get a hot dog for $2.99. Yeah, okay, this weekend's no good for me. But we're going to work on this. We're going to do this. And then do we let the fourth dimension know when we're doing it, or do we just go do it ourselves?
Why not? Let's get as many people as we can out there. Everybody has to hold up Daily Blender fanatic signs. We need more signs.
I don't want to carry signs.
No, you don't
What?
have to.
Okay, so as long as I don't have to. Okay.
Fourth Dimension does.
Sounds like a plan. All right, let's take a break. And when we come back, we've got many things to talk about. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Does your company need bonds? Hi, this is Dave McKee, president of Constructors Bonding, inviting you to learn how our team can deliver better bonding than any competitor anywhere. Our relationships with every major surety get you the credit you need fast, and we never stop working to exceed your expectations. Call me personally at 602-432-5929. That's 602-432-5929 to learn how Constructors Bonding is your solution to better bonds.
Your home has gone way up in value, but have you taken advantage of it? This is Rob Canier with a phenomenal opportunity to tap into some of your home equity, earning tax-free income and eliminating your mortgage payment while staying in your home as long as you want. With home prices leveling off, don't wait to learn more about the new reverse mortgage. This is a safe and proven money-saving and tax-free income opportunity for homeowners age 62 and older. Call me, Reverse Rob, and learn more today at 602-REVERSE. That's 602-738-3773, or download my app by searching Retire Right with Reverse Rob.
I'm an Arizona truck driver. I deliver food, medicine, supplies, and hope.
And during times of crisis, I support our communities. But every day I see people putting lives and families at risk.
Distracted driving is deadly, period. Be aware, be safe, and visit sharetheroadaz.com and find tips on how to drive safely around trucks.
This message is sponsored by the Arizona Trucking Association Foundation.
Steve Jurich here. After working in financial services for over 20 years, I finally confirmed what investors really want, including me. And it's simple. All they're asking for is 20% annual return with no risk at 100% liquidity. Here's the problem. A money market is safe and liquid, but offers almost zero yield. Mutual funds and ETFs are liquid with upside potential, but aren't safe. A carefully selected next generation index annuity through IQ Wealth may offer 10% ample liquidity, principal protection, and a lifetime income yield potentially double to triple that of quality bonds. By yielding more income using fewer dollars, our system allocates more money for you for capital growth. It's a winning combination.
Call leading annuity authority Steve Jurich now, 480-902-3333. Guarantees rely on the claims paying ability of the insurer, so compare with Steve, 480-902-3333. Call Steve now.
NASCAR Championship weekend is back at Phoenix Raceway. Drivers will pull it all on the line to claim NASCAR greatness. The Truck Series Championship kicked things off Friday night under the lights. We're going to tear it up tonight. Followed by an action-packed Saturday, where fans will witness an ARCA and Xfinity Series Championship doubleheader. Don't miss out on the action November 4th and 5th. Get your tickets now for NASCAR Championship weekend at PhoenixRaceway.com or call 866-408-RACE.
Download our free sports app and stay up with all the latest sports news, scores, highlights, and more. Or stream us live anywhere at 1580thefanatic.com. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, Arizona's home for sports.
Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. It's bad enough for Cincinnati Red fans that they all want their owner to sell the team. They're mad about stuff that the owner had said. They're mad about the state of just life in general. And then they were people would show up with signs or bags, and then they were not let into the park. And so now it's like, how badly do you want to shoot yourself in the foot? First, you make the comments, and then the owner does, and then you don't let people into the park. I don't paying customers, you dummies. At least the guy with the sign had to pay you for the privilege. Now you have sent people away saying, I'm sorry, as long as you have that, you can't come in. Well, now, of course, the owners and the people in the team have been like, sorry, that was a mistake on our part. We have taken corrective action, meaning you can now go to a Reds game wearing a paper bag on your head says sell the team, whatever. So, why, I wonder, Randy, why isn't that happening here? Why have we not seen the signs sell the team? What's his Jenkins? What's his name? What's the name of the owner?
I don't.
Diamondbacks owner?
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever his name is.
I can't think of it right now, but yeah, listen, they've got a real problem in Cincinnati. That owner there is he's volatile. He said a few things. Basically, he's gone to war with his own fans.
Yeah, where are you going to go?
Fans, the fans say something, and then he lashes out in the media against them, and then he's got to retract what he said. And now he's turning away paying customers. This is the land of the free. The opportunity for them to bring signs in and show their disapproval of your ownership is their right. And they paid for that right to come into your stadium and bring those signs. What are you doing? What are you doing?
I don't know if that's really a right, like an actual.
Well, they're
right.
not.
Yeah.
They're not coming in with like signs with nasty language on it. They're coming in there and they're voicing their opinion.
Sell the team, Bob, is what they're saying to Bob Castellini.
And it's bad enough when players, get into it with fans and, go after them, the Mets thumbs down thing from a year ago. But when the owner of the team does it, you're the guy that's actually benefiting financially from people paying for your product. And to make that correction and go, oh, no, that's our bad. Like you're doing anybody some kind of favor is just ridiculous to me. They're bringing in the signs because you're doing a bad job of owning the team. Why don't you do a better job of running that team so they don't have to bring signs in? You have to worry about it.
Or if you're over your head, sell the team and get out from underneath it.
So why don't we see this with the Diamondbacks yet? I mean, the Diamondbacks are towards the way bottom of the basement. Why do they have this sort of we don't have the same kind of fan base.
It seems like the Phoenix fan base are very passive. They're not going to bring signs in, sell the teams, Kendricks, that sort of thing. They're not as vocal as as somebody else. It's been a more addressed team like New York Yankees, New York Mets, Cincinnati Reds. I mean, the Reds are one of the original teams, and I don't know. I have been vocal about it. I mean, a lot of people on social media have. When do they show up and start voicing their opinion at the ballpark? That's what I want to know.
Well, it's interesting because is it a Phoenix is more of a football town or a basketball town? You don't think that's the issue? Because I know in Washington, if the Nationals could be terrible and nobody would say a word, but they've been saying Dan Snyder sell the team for 1 billion years because that's a football town. Is that?
Yeah, I think Phoenix is more of a basketball team, to be honest with you. It's been Suns for 51 years now.
I don't know,
the Suns have been king.
They sell out the Cardinals games.
Yeah, and I guess if you had to rank it, you'd put the Cardinals in terms of fan enthusiasm, even when they're bad, would you put them ahead of the Diamondbacks?
I would put it at number 2, but here's something that I've said on the show before, and I'll say it again. Phoenix is a very transient town, and the people here in Phoenix that are Phoenicians that have been born and raised here, like myself, they're not going to go pay their hard money to watch a crappy team on the field get their brains beat in, every night. They're just not going to do it. Now, I love to go to the ballpark. I love the environment. I understand the Diamondbacks more likely than not are going to lose if I go to the ballpark these days. But if you put a team out there that's fun to watch, exciting, that hit and are in games, even if they lose a lot, but they're still in games and they're exciting to watch, Phoenicians will go watch that and they'll pay their money to go watch that. They're not going to go watch this lousy team that's on the field right now, especially when you continue to extend the same coaching staff.
To answer the question, when the teams make the effort, Phoenix fans will make the effort. But if we see you not making the effort, not going, I mean, we treated the Cardinals the same way for a minute because Papa Bidwell was tight on the purse strings and would not bring in the kind of players that you would need to get some W's. And so, there was some mixed feelings about the Cardinals in the early years. So, if you make the effort, even if you don't listen, when the Phoenix Suns had their, in 93, 94, 95, and then later on with Steve Nash, we will come out. We will support. When you make the effort, we make the effort as Phoenix fans. But when we see no real, activity in bringing in good players, or even worse, trading away all the good players, if we don't see the investment in either players or coaches or whatnot, then yeah, you are going to lose us. But listen, we're still proud fans, and we still hope for something good. It's not really fair weather fans at all, Keon. What it is we're dealing with fair weather teams. You're dealing with somebody not making the effort. So why do you expect me to make the effort? If the team was like all the time making an effort like they're supposed to, every arena, every stadium, every park, everyone would show up and you'd have sold out across the board, because this is a sports town. That's the big misconception by a lot of people from the outside. The problem is the people who have owned the Coyotes, the people who own the Diamondbacks, and in past years, people who own the Cardinals didn't put the kind of effort into it that you're supposed to. Credit to Michael Bidwell and what the Cardinals have become. They are now legit. The Suns, credit to Sarver for getting the hell out of the way and letting James Jones and Monty Williams do their thing. They are legit. Now, we just like to see the same thing from the Diamondbacks and the Coyotes, and we're in. Listen, Phoenix Rising, they're doing it right. The Arizona Rattlers, they're doing it right. So can we just expect our two of our major sports, baseball and hockey, to do the same?
Yeah.
Now, Randy has told me hockey is getting there, so we will see. But right now, it's a joke.
I agree. I don't think the fans here are fair weather at all. Just when I go out and watch games on a Sunday, I usually like to go out to Buffalo Wild Wings or somewhere to go watch games. I see the Cardinal fans out there. You know, I see the Suns fans when I go out and get tacos and they're playing on a Tuesday night. I see it. So I know that the passion is there. But I know that with Reds fans, that's such a baseball town. And even one fan was saying it when he was interviewed whilst wearing the paper bag. Look, we're here to support these players, that they didn't deserve this. They didn't do anything wrong. They're trying their best. But I'm wearing this paper bag because I'm ashamed of this team. I don't know that we necessarily see that in Phoenix, and that doesn't mean that your fair weather won't do that. But it's just a different mindset of towns.
Let's get to the text line, 888-368-1580. A random texter says, do people show more of a voice by not showing up at the ballpark opposed to bringing signs?
Well, I mean, I think for Phoenix, yes. I think that's the way the mindset of Phoenix. And I could say that because I was born and raised here. And people are not going to go support a team that is not at least competitive. So, yes.
Hefty Lefty says, at least Cincinnati fans are close enough to the Bourbon Trail they can forget about the season after 3 weeks. By the way, you're right about the fans. And I'll tell you what, can we just – I almost want to see if you guys can agree on something. I think there should be a no babies in the ballpark rule. No bringing babies to the ballpark. There's a dude who's sitting there off the third baseline, and he's far back a good deal, and he's got a baby strapped to the front of him, and he's sitting there feeding it while his wife sits next to him, and that's cool. He's doing his part, taking turns. That's a good man card accreditation, helping take care of the baby. But he's sitting there, and then a foul ball comes their way. And it comes right at him. Now, of course, he reaches up with the baby in his hand, and he one hand catches the ball. I think it might have bounced once off of something before it got his way, so it wasn't that hard at him.
Somebody's forehead, probably. Yeah.
And everybody's like, "Oh, what an amazing catch! Oh, the bottle feeding baby guy caught the ball." Can we stop bringing babies? Because you got the baby there. What if that was a line drive foul? What if that was the kind of thing that was going to skull that kid? I get worried when I see people like holding a kid, catching a ball. Hey, look at that. What if the ball had gone the wrong way? And right there, now you got a baby with a dent in their head.
Well, I mean,
you can't resell a baby with a dent in their head.
Well, that's true. And I think most parents would be, their first reaction would be to turn their back if they have the baby on their front.
He reached forward to get the ball. He went after the ball.
I mean, I saw the replay.
I'm looking at it right here.
It was a high, bounce. He just reached up and grabbed it. And, mom freaked out.
Yeah.
She was sitting there next to him. And
I get
it wasn't
this
anything dangerous.
It wasn't, but see, I think there needs to be an area that babies are not permitted.
I would agree with you. People that are not going to pay attention to the game should not be allowed in this high, velocity area. You can call it what you want, HV area.
Baby free zone.
Or cell phone free zone. If you're going to be on your damn cell phone, go sit up in the upper deck.
No babies, no cell phones.
My good money. Then you agree to sign this document that says you're not going to sell us when you get skulled with a 180-mile-an-hour ball that comes off a bat. Sorry for you. You can't sit here unless you sign this document.
You don't need your phone.
And that's it. The bottom line. So
you don't need a baby. You don't need the phone.
I get what you're saying, but in this case, Jeffrey, it was not a hard scalded.
No, this was a
foul
happy
ball.
story.
Yeah,
but it could be a very bad story, and I'm
It
tired
could
of seeing
be. Yeah,
these
I get it.
dudes holding the kid, going after a fly ball. I just think, come on, okay, you don't need a baby there, you don't need a phone there. Well, I want to take pictures and record. Guess what? It's televised, and there's people from the newspaper taking pictures. We don't need you to document it, okay? If you want
could
to be a
snap-
teenage girl, sit up top. That way, you don't have to worry about it.
You could snap your pictures in the first inning and be done. Why? You don't need to be on your phone. 7th, 8th inning. Come on.
Yeah.
Heckler Jones says, I need my phone to tell you guys to stop being babies. That's right. No babies at the ballpark. See, he agrees with me.
Yeah.
All right. We have a lot of texts to get to, and we have no time to do it right now. So we'll do it on the other side of this. It's the Daily Blender. Hour 2 is gone, and hour 3 is on the way. Here on 1580, The Fanatic.
NASCAR Championship weekend is back at Phoenix Raceway. Drivers will pull it all on the line to claim NASCAR greatness. The Truck Series Championship kicked things off Friday night under the lights. We're going to tear it up tonight. Followed by an action-packed Saturday, where fans will witness an ARCA and Xfinity Series Championship doubleheader. Don't miss out on the action November 4th and 5th. Get your tickets now for NASCAR Championship weekend at PhoenixRaceway.com or call 866-408-RACE.
Join Choices for the annual Walk for Life, May 6th and 7th at Dream City Church in Glendale. The weekend kicks off with a concert by Jordan St. Cyr. Then hear a powerful message from Dr. William Lyle, OBGYN. Admission to the concert is free with a suggested donation of diapers and wipes. Then on May 7th, join with hundreds for the Choices Walk for Life. Check-in is at 7:30. The walk begins at 9. Register at choicesaz.com/walk for your free t-shirt and all the details.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war among the major term life companies. Rates have dropped dramatically in the past 2 years. For example, a man age 45 non-tobacco user, $1 million of coverage is only $75 per month, level for the next 10 years. Or a man age 50 non-tobacco user can buy $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of only $110, guaranteed not to change for the next 20 years. That's right, level rates for 20 years. And if you're a smoker, we have great rates for you as well. At the Term Lifeline, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. So if you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call right now for a free quote.
Rates and availability may vary by state. Sample rate quotes are based on preferred non-tobacco underwriting exam required to qualify. 800-807-1981. 800-807-1981. 800-807-1981. That's 800-807-1981.
Distracted driving is dangerous, Arizona. When you pick up your phone to send a text message, you're putting lives at risk. When you pick up your phone to take a call, you're putting lives at risk. When you pick up your phone to check an email, you're putting lives at risk. And now, when you pick up your phone while driving, it's also against the law in Arizona. Don't get a ticket. Don't pick up your phone. Sponsored by Arizona Chapter National Safety Council and Governor's Office of Highway Safety.
I heard the COVID-19 vaccine.
And the thing I heard about the vaccine.
Sure, but do we really know about the long-term effects?
Did you read that thing on the internet?
He heard from his cousin that they don't.
Okay, you're hearing a lot of talk about the COVID-19 vaccines these days. So how do you find out if getting vaccinated is right for you? By talking to someone you already trust, your doctor or healthcare provider. They'll answer your questions so you can decide what's best for you and your family. Go to getvaccineanswers.org to find out more. That's getvaccineanswers.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM. And K242 Rolling Hills at 95.9 FM. It's time for the third hour.
Quiet, people, settle down. Because it's time. Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender, and your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rhodes in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580. We broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studio in Scottsdale. I have a metric load of texts to catch up on, and let's do that right now before we move on to some NFL football fun. Let's start right here. Random texter says, here's an idea. Let's surround the entire field with nets. That way, nobody has to worry about getting hit. What do you think about that idea, Randy?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not
Better
asking
safe
for
than
nets.
sorry.
I'm not asking for nets. I'm saying no babies, no phones. And you don't
not
have
only
to have
that,
nets.
Anybody under the age of 4 years old has to be hermetically sealed inside some of that bubble wrap to enter the stadium. Yeah, because mom and dad are too stupid to put their phone down.
Yep.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's what you do. That's what you do. No babies down here. And that might also be driven by the fact that I don't want to be sitting here and here.
Yeah.
Shut up. Sorry. I just yelled at a baby. I don't want nets. I just want to make sure that no baby is going to get sculled by a foul ball.
So like maybe the baselines, for instance, are not a place that you have babies.
I'm thinking the parking lot's a good place.
If you're up in the second level, you're probably fine.
You get an Apple AirTag, you stick it to the baby, chuck them in some bouncy house, go watch the game, come back like 8 hours later, they'll still be there. Nobody's going to steal that baby.
That's good.
And
idea.
if they do, you got the AirTag, you'll find them.
That's a good idea.
Watermelon says, yeah, they just need everybody's saying the same thing about the Nets, trying to aggravate Randy White. That's all that's happening right now. Fighting Wampa says, are you guys taking about going to the Diamondbacks game?
Well, that voice to text got you bad.
He goes, that's right. Never mind. I've already got plans. By the way, I think he sent some pictures of something to the station earlier, thinking it was somebody else. Some damage to something there. I don't know what's going on there, Wampa. Navy Devil says, maybe Radio Ron could rent out the pool for everybody.
Hey.
That's what you need. The entire Blender cast in our shorts, no shirts, out there splashing around in the water.
Somehow Phil would get a hold of that.
Why did you play the romantic music?
Now we're talking.
Does everything listen? You need a new piece of music. Let me tell you why. There's a difference. No, listen. Here's why. That there deserved from Top Gun. Playing with the boys, like we're all greased up with suntan oil playing volleyball kind of thing. Also sexy, but more on point if we're going to be in the pool, splashing around and cheering on the Diamondbacks.
I think that's what they're saying, Jeffrey. If you listen to the text, I think that's what they're saying.
But yeah,
I think he's saying your music is
the music is not right. You use the more fun version, same thing, but more fun version.
What do you mean fun version?
Yeah, playing with the boys. Didn't you remember Top Gun? That's not it, Randy. That's just go get the Kenny Loggins Playing with the Boys song. That's what we need. Ram Texter says, that's Randy, you can keep playing music, but until you actually get that song, it's not working. Random Texter says, by the way, I was just kidding about the nets around the field. Pay attention, damn it. You're in a place where the ball can come back at you about 115 miles an hour, people. Donnie says, hey, where's the draft party for tomorrow? It's in my pants, Donnie. It's in my pants. I'm a child. Let's see. Senior Waking says, there we go, Jeffrey. Have a big old bag of cue balls somewhere in the outfield. First bad call, first one to bag gets to bean the ump with the bat. So he's basically saying somebody should have like a cue ball in their pocket and throw it at the ump, make him think it's a baseball, and then I guess brain him. I don't know. He smokes a lot of pot. Randy's Chuckle says, you don't have it be alcohol included. Oh, he's saying that the suite might be cheaper if they don't include alcohol. Yeah. Big George is now sending me places where we can get some fairly good seats. Section 205, row 8, $45 each seat. All right.
It's not too bad.
Do we really want to sit behind the visitors, though? I guess we do because we could heckle them. Baker's Cocky Hen says, I sat in the bleachers at Wrigley Fields for Cubs Mets. Entire game, crowd yelled, Bobby got a big butt to Bobby Bonilla. That's fun. Boomer Sooner says, you guys, perfect idea. You should sit out by the pool so nobody twigs in the pool while you're there. What do you think, guys? I'll buy you a couple beers if you show up.
Hmm.
Yeah, nobody should ever tweak in the pools again. Rye Guy says, Randy, baseballs don't rise when pitched. It's an illusion.
Oh, yes, they do. Oh,
I'm
no,
not
they
going to
do.
teach the physics of it at this time, but the rising fastball goes against the laws of physics. Look it up, he says. If there's anybody who can break the laws of physics, it's one Mr. Randy White.
Yeah, I respect your opinion, but yeah, no, it rises. Mm-hmm.
Kiss the Cook says Radio Ron could rent out the pool for the blenders. We can drink beer. Yellow and blue makes green. You're not invited.
Yeah, I mean, we were just talking about not peeing in the pool. We were just talking about.
Yeah. You know, something's been bothering me. You know, now that COVID is hopefully over, and you go out to the grocery store, I can't tell if people walking around in pajamas in public, if they're failing at life or if they're winning at life. You know what I mean? Generally, I think you can make a case either way. But for me, I'm leaning towards failing.
Yeah.
Somebody, like we say, if you see them in the pajamas in the store, I just want to say, get your life together. What are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Why are you wearing pajamas to the store? Come on, man. And just like I said about the dream catcher in their car, which I guess too many holes in it. You've caught no dreams if you're in a Toyota Tercel. Okay. So I don't know. I saw that the other day and just, you know, what do you think about people walking around in their jammies in the store?
Fail.
Feel like it's a fail, Keon?
Well,
Keon,
yeah.
do you walk around the store in your jammy bottoms?
No.
Yeah.
But I've seen people do it, but I think it was pre-COVID before, you know, it was pre-COVID and
post, during, it don't matter.
And so like I used to do my grocery shopping like in the middle of the night because I was working a night shift job. So that was just my body cycle, and people would be out in the jammy bottoms at Walmart.
Now here's the rules on jammy bottom. If you're a cute gal, okay, all right, okay. But anybody else, don't wear jammy bottoms unless you're a cute girl. You know what I'm saying? Cute girls can get away with a lot. The old saying used to be, Randy, pretty girls don't ride the bus. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody gives them a ride.
Well, I mean,
so when it comes to jammy bottoms, you see a cute girl in jammy bottoms, you're like, I'll allow it. But the rest of us, like if you see me at the store in jammy bottoms, all you're sitting there and going, that dude's an alcoholic. That's the first thing you're going to think. His life is ruined.
Yeah,
so I'm saying we shouldn't wear jammy bottoms.
You'd be like the dude in the Big Lebowski. You're just trying to get some milk.
Exactly. That dude failed.
Then put some pants on and go get some damn milk.
I don't know. I don't mean to judge, but I got to judge. Randy's Chuckle says, can we refer to Keon as jammy bottoms from now on? Well, he didn't wear them. He says he saw people wearing them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
They're comfy. I listen, I'll wear them all around the house all the time when it's cool out. Love me some jammy bottoms. But I'm not getting in the car with them.
No, I wouldn't leave I wouldn't go further than I don't know, wherever the mailbox is in them, but you know,
you would go outside your house with your jammy bottoms on.
No further than the mailbox.
See, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'll allow it. It's your property. If you go down the sidewalk.
No, he's not going on his property. He's leaving his property, going to the damn community mailbox because that's what everybody has nowadays.
Oh,
and he's leaving his house with his damn jammy bottoms on.
Unless it's in front of your house, it's too far.
It's right in front of the kind of like the row of apartments. It's like 10 feet.
Yeah, it's too far. No, if it's not right there, no, it's too far. Put on some pants. Just put on some pants. Unless it's at the middle of the night. Then maybe you can sneak out and get it and come back. Just put on some pants.
Okay. It takes a few seconds. I don't know. To put on a pair of pants to go do something that literally takes less than 10 seconds to do. Are
you doing this under the cover of darkness?
Usually.
Yeah, it means no.
It's usually nighttime, but not always.
I made a mistake. Sometimes you forget. It was in my pajama, my sleeping shirt and some shorts. And I was out in the backyard and I saw there was a fire truck blocking my driveway. I was curious. So I walk out there holding my tea mug. I walk out there and I kind of looking around and I'm like, there's not just one fire truck on my street. There's like 3 and a bunch of fire, squad cars and stuff. And I'm just like, what the hell is happening here? So there's a couple of firemen were walking by and I says, hey, buddy, what's going on? He says, yeah, somebody thought they smelled a gas leak down the street. And we came down and checked it out and can't find anything. And I'm like, oh, you're probably smelling the meth my neighbors make. And they're like, noted. And then I was like, by the way, my wife is going to be coming home pretty soon. She's the scary one. You might want to move this truck. And they're like, noted. And so I went back inside. Then I went back inside, I looked down. I was like, oh God, I just wearing my, I'm like wearing my pajama t-shirt. You know what I mean? Which is an oversized t-shirt that's really, really comfy. But I looked homeless. They're probably like, you can't possibly live in this house, sir. You don't even live here. So I was embarrassed from that. So imagine, I could not leave the property wearing pajama bottoms. But, you know, I think it's pretty. Boomer says I sound creepy because he's like, you sound a little creepy saying dirty old man, young girls, pajama bottoms. No, I'm saying is like, if like my daughter who is 15 was wearing her pajama bottoms and she'd be wearing a cute whatever top or whatever, and she'd go out there and do her thing. It's like, oh, a cute kid. I didn't mean it like, hey, like you're wearing your pajamas there. It wasn't like that. Take it easy, Boomer Sooner. Randy, didn't you wear pajama bottoms on your turkey hunt in North Carolina? Yeah.
No,
of course not.
No, I don't wear jammy bottoms. Sorry.
Kiss the Cook says I played a round of golf and practiced in my loungewear.
You mean your jammy bottoms?
Boogie says in all caps, I wear jammy bottoms all the time. And you're single. 888-368-1580.
Come on, Boogie. I'm pulling for you, Boogie. Come on.
Rye Guy says you always want to sit on the third base side. Baseball moves counterclockwise. When sitting on the third base side, the game moves towards you.
Mm-hmm.
That is astute.
Good point.
Kyle G says pajamas in the store thing depends on time of day. If it's 2 p.m., dude, get your life together. If it's 11 p.m., I'm guessing this is an emergency trip and I will not make a judgment. What kind of emergency do you have where you end up in a grocery store shopping that you can't put on pants? You know what I'm saying? I just don't see that. Fighting Wampa says there's only one person who can walk around in pajamas, and that's the Big Lebowski. Well, yeah, even that guy, he did not have his life together, did he? He totally did not have his life together.
That is a good point.
Kiss the Cook says it's Big Hair Wednesday, Randy. Big Hair Wednesday. Pour me a shot of you already asked for that, Kiss the Cook, and he already poured it. Yeah, give him another one. Hey, by the way, let's talk about something men should want. And I'm surprised at these numbers. 14% of men want a urinal in their house. I thought that number would be higher.
I thought so too.
You know,
that would be very convenient.
Would you want one in your house?
Why?
Well,
Yes.
why else would you want a urinal in your house, Randy?
You already got a toilet. Why do you need a urinal?
Because then you don't have to worry about leaving the seat up or down.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
And the wife, it's ugly to look at, but the wife would be like, okay, well, at least it's not missing that. Although, if you've seen at our radio station, even though we've got a very large urinal, it gets missed because it's just a bunch of dumb men walking around.
I don't know how, but
it's
it
disgusting.
happens.
Yeah. It is disgusting. So you can get a residential urinal in the Home Depot, you know, you can get them. And they did a poll, but 82% of people said no, they don't want one. And women, of course, women really don't want it, but I thought more men would say, hell yeah, put a urinal somewhere. If I had like a private bathroom my wife never had to use, she'd let me have it in there if I wanted it.
Like if you had one of those half baths, you could just sort of take over and,
or like at the pool house, at the pool house.
If you got a half bath, you just pee in the shower. If you want a urinal.
No,
nobody's coming in there.
Okay, that is wrong. That is
Turn
wrong.
the water on and pee in the shower.
No. The reason you don't do that is, let's say you're in the shower and you pee, and
nobody's in there.
The pee particles come up, and you'll breathe in the pee particles.
You turn the shower on and you pee down the
right.
drain.
No, don't do that. Be better than that. Listen, we just agreed on not wearing jammies out in public. How about we all agree that peeing in the shower? I don't need a
urinal. If I got a half bath, I just go pee in the shower.
You really should not do that. That's disgusting. All right, so nobody, not many people want a urinal, but how about a human-sized dog bed? Look at this. I've got this kind of bed for my dog.
No.
Look how comfortable he looks in that, though.
No.
That's probably the best sleep that guy's ever had.
That screams snowflake all over that.
That looks so comfy, though. And I'm no snowflake. It's called a Pluffy. And a couple guys were looking at their dog going, man, that dog looks comfortable.
It's called a what?
Pluffle or Pluffy.
Okay.
Pluffle. And so they were like, well, let's just make this human bed like a dog bed. Put the memory foam in there, a little soft stuff there. $350. But, to be fair, you can get a full size, a real regular nice bed for about $500, I guess. I don't know how much beds cost. But come on, that's not a snowflake thing. That's like, and I was thinking the same thing. We bought this bed for a dog, like $100 for this fluffy, poofy bed. And I was like, why don't I have a bed this comfortable? What am I doing with my life? So you say nay on that, but what about you, Keon? What do you think? Think you could get all kind of comfy and cozy in one of these things? Man?
I want to be as comfortable as that guy looks.
No, come on.
I know, but the picture is convincing me.
He could be faking it.
He could be faking it, but look at him.
He's 6 feet tall and he's trying to scrunch his legs up and he's posing for a picture. There's no way that's comfortable for him.
Can I just say that well-worn couch behind him might look more comfortable? Look at that. That looks like it'd feel pretty nice.
And he shaved his Great Dane so he could have a blanket. Come on.
No, that's
that guy's
a
not
guy.
happy.
That is a Great Dane hair right there. Yeah, you're right.
See?
I don't know. I might like to try it. Don't knock it till you try it, kind of thing. But you can't get them just yet because they're doing a Kickstarter to get their company going. But $350 is you can pre-order one right now, or in the future it'll be $500. So, just saying. Swave Dave says, "What about a urinal in your walk-in shower?" It's still wrong.
Now we're talking.
It's still gross.
Now we're talking.
Those
Still-
two operations have
See
to
that?
be separate.
Key fumes
That
coming up,
is
people.
absolutely brilliant. So you walk in there. What's the first thing you got to do? You got to go pee. Whammo! You got a urinal right there in the shower.
I'm
Whammo.
sorry. I can't condone this. I think it's just disgusting.
Miss Kim just texted me, said no peeing in the shower.
See, I told you.
What she doesn't know won't hurt her.
And now she knows, and you've got some answering to do.
Horse hockey. We've got a half bath. Nobody uses the damn thing. I'm always in there.
So why do you use the toilet instead of peeing in the shower?
It's a toilet. Like you said, case in point, I don't have to lift the seat up. Go right into the shower. Whammo. Turn the water on.
That logic,
Game
just
over.
flop it in the sink and have at it. Just go ahead and pee in the sink.
Been known to do that.
No.
So now Kim knows this too. Randy, as your lawyer, I'm going to advise you to stop sharing information. We had best take a break before it's too late. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's action update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Heads up, sports bettors. Right now, you can try VSiN All Access free for 30 days with no credit card required. Visit vsin.com/free month to sign up now.
An interesting night of NBA action coming up on Thursday with 3 playoff games. All 3 games have the road team up 3-2, so needing a road win to advance to the next round. Suns and Pelicans in New Orleans. Phoenix a 2-point favorite, over under at 214. The Sixers at the Raptors. Philadelphia, they are favored by a 1.5. The over under has been set at 209.5. And the Mavericks in Salt Lake City to take on the Utah Jazz. Dallas a 2-point favorite. The over under sitting at 209. For the latest odds all the time, visit vsin.com. I'm Matt Pauley on Arizona's sports betting station, 1580 The Fanatic.
Hi, this is Nick LaCapria with the Daily Sports Quiz. The Dallas Cowboys have become an American favorite in football, but it wasn't always that way. The Cowboys lost every single game in their first NFL season. Do you know what team the Cowboys defeated to win their very first game?
Nick LaCapria's Daily Sports Quiz brings you a different question from the world of sports each day. If you want even more questions from the world of sports, visit Nick LaCapria's new website, sportstrivia.org. You can test your sports trivia knowledge and get answers to some great questions from the world of sports trivia. Sportstrivia.org. It's free, it's fun, and it's challenging. If you like the Daily Sports Quiz, you'll love sportstrivia.org.
The answer to today's Daily Sports Quiz, name the team the Dallas Cowboys defeated to win their first game ever, the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Cowboys are relatively new to the NFL. They broke in the 1960 season, lost every game, and then defeated the Steelers. I'm Nick LaCapria with your Daily Sports Quiz.
The playoffs are rolling, and you can make every game feel like Game 7 on FanDuel Sportsbook.
an official partner of the NBA. Throughout the playoffs, all customers can place a no-sweat same-game parlay each week. You'll get $20 in free bets if you don't win. FanDuel has so many ways to play, and best of all, when you do win, you get paid faster than a fast break. New to FanDuel, just download the FanDuel Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code Randy1580 to get your first bet risk-free up to $1,000. Once again, that's promo code Randy1580. And if you already have an account, you're all set to bet. No sweat. Either way, you'll get up to $20 in free bets if your same-game parlay during the playoffs doesn't win. FanDuel, an official partner of the NBA. Got to be 21 or older, present in Arizona. Refund issued as a non-withdrawable free bets that expire 7 days after you receive them. Max free bet, $20 per week. Restrictions apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem, 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342.
NASCAR Championship weekend is back at Phoenix Raceway. Drivers will pull it all on the line to claim NASCAR greatness. The Truck Series Championship kicked things off Friday night under the lights. We're going to tear it up tonight. Followed by an action-packed Saturday, where fans will witness an ARCA and Xfinity Series Championship doubleheader. Don't miss out on the action November 4th and 5th. Get your tickets now for NASCAR Championship weekend at PhoenixRaceway.com or call 866-408-RACE.
The Rams were built to win the Super Bowl. The Los Angeles Rams have won Super Bowl 56. But if you think that brought the end of the NFL season, you'd better think again. The NFL is a year-round beast, and we keep you in the know. Free agency, trades, retirements, hirings, firings, holdouts, injuries, training camps, and a whole lot more. Football is always in season here. We are 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Your home for football.
The Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Hey, Randy, I just sent you an email with a link from Rye Guy explaining the physics of a rising fastball. And he says, that's from a man, Randy. I love that you're a true baseball fan and knowledgeable one at that. Keep up the great work, Randy. But he still wants to make the case for that rising fastball physics.
I will certainly take a look at that. Thank you very much.
Uklamok says, you know what, Randy, you go, man. Be a man. It's your castle. You pee where you want to pee.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Next time I come to your house, I am peeing all over the guest bathroom. Not even in one place. You've just cleared the sink and the shower.
Enjoy your time here at the Randy Castle.
Just saying, I may not get invited back, but you're going to learn a lesson.
You may not be invited over at all.
Yeah. See, I did the same thing you did. I just showed my hand to Kim. King Kenton says urinals work well with an outside stall for like a backyard swimming pool thing. That's what I was thinking, like the pool house kind of thing where you've got a bathroom there and a little shower or whatever. Not in the same place. That's weird. Rye Guy, thank you. Kiss the Cook says with a warmed light up seat. That's what you need. On a urinal
light up sheet.
You can't put that on a urinal. Big George says maybe that's why Boogie can't find a lady. He's always wearing his pajama bottoms when he's out. Also, I agree, Jeffrey. If I'm heading out of the house, I'm putting on some pants or some shorts at least. I'm not gonna be seen in pajamas outside my property line. Well, you're in like, where is that? Carlsbad? Nobody gives a damn what you do there. It's a bunch of Okies. Number one, the Rattlers fan says my jammy bottoms are called buttocks. See, I was wondering when the free ballers were going to show up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Good Cat says, last time I went to Fry's, I noticed after I got home that I was still wearing my slippers. Well, okay. Slippers, that's a weird thing. You'll go over and you're like, what's up, buddy? Sometimes if you're talking about those slippers that are like almost look like shoes, but they're super duper comfortable. I got a pair of those, but yeah, I don't mind that as much as people just walking around in their jammies. I mean, whatever. Yeah, let your freak flag fly. I don't care. Miss Kim texts in, boys are gross.
True.
I don't know if she texted that before I said what I was going to do in your guest bathroom. Kyle G says, first, Jeffrey, having a urinal means having a second thing to clean in the toilet there. I don't want more work. Second, as a man, the world is my toilet. The shower is part of the world. So thus I pee in the shower.
Thank you.
It's sure it's part of the world, but I don't want the inside of my lungs to also be part of the world. So I'm just not having it.
I take a hot shower. If I do that in the shower, I'm getting the pit particles floating up into my head
along with all the steam. Why would I want that?
As far as peeing in the pool, I do it from the diving board. Booger Wolf says, what did I tell you? Hammer toe homeboys yesterday. What did I tell you? Hammer toe homeboys yesterday. McGee and Ayton dominant when on the court together. Told you, you goofy boys. Go Suns.
I mean, I've been the biggest Ayton proponent on this show, and I did point out that was it game 3? JaVale McGee was, or no, game 4. JaVale McGee was like 7 for 7.
True dominant star don't need no help. Ayton, come on, man, show us more.
I mean, I don't know. he's been dominant, but of course, when he sits down on the bench, it's nice to have a backup who can also hold his own.
Backup, fine. When you have them on the court together. Intern, the main event says, I'm with Miss Kim. Boys are gross. Next thing you're going to tell me, y'all don't wash your legs in the shower. Well, the soap trickles down over them.
Oh, yeah.
And then the water trickles down over the legs. So
right.
Yeah.
And feet.
I don't understand what the problem is here.
I just wash my whole self. I don't.
I wash what I can reach. you know? And I can reach to about the top of my thighs. I can reach all my buttocks. But yeah, I mean, granted, you're probably right because I've got so much dead skin on my feet that my wife she's like, come on, let's go get a pedicure. Let's just finally take care of this. I mean, every now and then I'll take a scrub brush down there beyond the equator, if that helps. I don't know. Senior Wake and Bake says, yeah, this is America. If I want to spread mustard on my body in the shower, why pee? And I'm going to do it because this is America.
Why not? Wait, what?
I don't get the mustard part.
Yeah, I don't understand that either. You can, though. No one's going to stop you. It is strange.
Good Cat says, I used to have a urinal in my garage. Well, what happened to it? Big George says, okay, to me, it's absolutely disgusting to pee in the shower or any other drain besides a toilet receptacle. It's common decency and manners for females that live in your residence. I agree. Well, what about that dude, the Zamboni driver? What team was that? There was a Zamboni driver, the guy who would like do this with the octopus. He was very famous. I had the story, but I've lost it. But he was peeing into a drain or something. And they fired him because they caught him doing it like 3 times. They're like, Bob, we told you, stop just peeing in drains. And then, of course, now he's suing them saying he had a medical condition. Yeah, where was that? Where was that?
If it's octopus, probably Detroit.
Is that it? Yeah. Well, whatever that case was, that poor man. No, I'm sorry. He needs to be fired. If you have a medical condition that causes you have to pee in just random drains wherever you find them, maybe you should be on disability. You know what I'm saying?
It was the Detroit Red Wings.
There you go. Good call, Randy.
Thank you.
Yeah. The name was Al Sabatka.
Al Sabatka.
Chewbacca.
He drives a Zamboni.
Halfy Lefty says, pedicure, hell, I need a belt sander down there. I think at this point, most us men do. Uklamak says, anywhere outside is a urinal. The entire outside is. Don't pee in your backyard, people. Unless you've got acres. Don't be
kidding me.
That is just
not kidding me. Come on.
Don't be. Come on.
I have to be careful though. In the age we live, our neighbors may or may not have cameras.
If your neighbors have a line of sight into your yard, you can't.
No, nobody's got a line of sight in my yard. You've been here. You've seen it.
That's true.
Hi, neighbor. Go, Jesus.
Very high fences.
What are you doing?
Yeah, see?
Very
you get
high
up next to the fence, they'll never see you.
Maybe we should move on. Let's talk about something more grown up.
Look, when you're out there doing the grass, guys, when you're out there doing the yards, you got to clean up and all that stuff, and you can't make it to the house. You got to find a spot. Yeah,
your yard is not that big, Randy. I've seen it. Your yard is not so big. You can't take 10 steps inside and use an actual bathroom.
There's nothing like peeing outdoors, guys.
I've learned a lot of things about Randy today. Just a lot. Just so much.
He'll pee anywhere.
On command.
Certain parts of my house when Randy visits are now going to be, oh, I'm sorry, that's not working. That's out of order. Can't go. No, don't go down that hall. Don't go down that hall, Randy. Get back here, Randy. I think we have a gas leak. Oh, hey, did we just, we're losing a landmark. I don't know if you know about this, but in Tempe, the Circle K where they filmed Bill and Ted, strange things are afoot at the Circle K, Ted. Well, they're closing that down. Since when is Circle K's closed down? They're everywhere and open all the time. Anybody?
Damn QTs.
I don't know. The QTs are taking over though. That's true.
It's the only good Bill and Ted movie is the first one. And they made that here in Phoenix. They made part of it at Golfland, part of it at the old Metro Center. And it's like, okay, Metro Center's closed down. Golfland probably should be. And well, now there goes the Circle K where they landed their time traveling phone booth. So I don't know. It's kind of sad because you could always go there and go, that's for Bill and Ted. Now, I don't know, what is a Hobby Lobby? I don't know. What are they going to do there? I don't know.
Don't know.
Kind of sad. Kind of a sad
Probably
thing.
a QT.
I like QT personally. I like QT.
I do too.
It's nice inside and it's nice outside. I got no problem with QT. And they
No
usually
problem
have
at all.
pretty inexpensive gas.
Yep.
And that's where, I'll tell you what, good apple fritters. There's always a good apple fritter.
Okay. Yeah, I'll check that out.
So this is bizarre. And I don't know if anybody's heard any more news about this, but there was a college baseball team and I guess Kansas Wesleyan. How do you say it? Wesleyan or Wesleyan?
Yeah, I think it's just Wesleyan.
Okay. I got it right the first time. Okay. Good. And Bethany, there's two schools there. They're 22 miles apart. And, Kansas, it's all flat land, so they can see each other, right? Anyway, so these two teams are supposed to play each other. But it turned out that, I guess, Bethany College, somebody over there poisoned Kansas Wesleyan's water coolers. They put like paint thinner in there. And so they went over, there's a photo, there's like some substance in the water cooler. Now, nobody got sick from it. Nobody was injured from this. And of course, now this is a big investigation, but they are saying that, it's common practice for the home team to provide water for the visitor. So Bethany is like, oh, here's your water. And they're like, thanks, buddy. And then somebody opened one up and found this thing in there and they tested it. Like, oh my God, this paint thinner. They're trying to poison our team. So, it didn't say if anybody got sick about this or whatever, but they did get revenge. And I guess Kansas Wesleyan beat them 33-2.
Oh,
now you know why they were trying to poison them.
I mean, they could have done that a whole lot better. I feel like just paint thinner is going to show if anybody were to ever open the cooler.
Yeah,
which
what kind of damage do you think paint thinner? Randy, you've drank enough paint thinner in your time.
Well, it's not hurt me too bad, but
Right.
I understand it's a very toxic. It's a very toxic liquid. You don't want to drink it.
I just can't imagine. I imagine somebody giving a or something like that.
Well, I mean, you would have to smell it unless they had some way to get some unscented paint thinner. I mean, it smells terrible.
I guess somebody opened up one of the coolers and they found a thing in there, or maybe it was a paint thinner can, some foreign substance in the water. And so hopefully nobody got too ill from that. But that's some crazy stuff right there. This is not even like a big school or nothing. Hefty Lefty says, damn, D2 college baseball's cutthroat.
Yeah, it is.
I've never heard of something like that, but they should be ashamed of themselves and they deserve getting beat 33-2. That's when the manager says, do what you want. Swing at everything.
Well, yeah, I mean, absolutely. But good night. I mean, how is this team how are they not suspended? Paying some sort of,
well, they should be banned.
Yeah, they should have some punishment.
Yeah, that team should never play, again, at least not for a few years.
Yeah, I mean, I know they're doing an investigation right now, but you don't have to wait till it's over to know that's bad. The investigation is just to find out specifically who did it.
First and 15 says they should have put laxative in the cooler, like what happened on to Harry Dunn on Dumber and Dumber.
See, now laxative, that's a different story.
But that could also be very toxic and bad. It's funny as a thought, but when people have done that, people have gotten very, very sick, and it's been like hospital type stuff. So you don't slip anybody any kind of a weird Mickey, because you may be trying to make it fun. It could be turn deadly.
Oh, I've got breaking news.
Break the news, Keon.
The
news flash. This is breaking news.
There is a story there that Devin Booker could try to return for Game 6. I don't know if it's a great idea.
No, it's not. I'd rather he wait until he's needed in a Game 7. But people were wondering about that. They saw him shooting around and stuff. So what do you think, Randy? Does he need to come back for 6, or would you rather just hold him back in reserve for Game 7 if needed?
You know, I understand the thought about holding him back, but it's something for the Pelicans to have to think about now. If you have him on the roster and he's ready to go, even if you play him on a pitch count, so to speak, few minutes here, a few minutes there.
I have breaking news. Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, Randy, but this is bigger breaking news.
Even bigger.
This is breaking news.
They found pine tar. What is it?
The Arizona Cardinals have picked up Kyler Murray. He's not heavy. No, his 5th-year option. He is now under contract through 2023. They have picked up his 5th-year option.
No raise though.
$29 million right there. So they have picked up his 5th-year option. I wonder how he feels about this.
Well, he's stuck here for another year if he's trying to make a big enough stink to to use his leverage, which again is why I always thought this was a dumb holdout. He's doing it too early. The leverage just isn't there. And now by picking up his 5th-year option, he doesn't have any. None.
So is Murray and his agent okay with this, or are they upset about this?
I don't know if they're okay with it, because they want the big money long-term contract like what Josh Allen's gotten over the last season. That's the kind of stuff that they're looking for, but no one's giving you that in year 3. And now it's not year 3 of 4 because they picked up the option. It's year 3 of 5, which the team can pick up without asking you.
Oh, I guess this doesn't mean anybody's agreed to nothing.
No.
Would he still maybe hold out?
It's a team option.
He ain't going to hold out, right?
He can, but he's going to pay the consequences for it.
He shouldn't.
My apologies. When I saw the breaking news, I thought it meant something else. I thought it was something bigger and better. Turns out that we may not be any better off than we were before, except for that the team has exercised their option.
So this is a power move on the part of the team to basically say you're not going anywhere.
Yeah,
you
that
can
could
try
be hostile.
Yeah, raise as much of a fuss as you'd like, but you're an Arizona Cardinal for at least 2 more years.
Sheriff Tom says Kyler was shortchanged. Hitting the Nut says, I went to a gas station today and there was a drain in the middle of the floor there. Apparently, there are a lot of people out there that think it's a urinal. It was pretty gross. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Ookla says, so what do you do when you go camping? You hold it in all week? Well, that's different. You go find a place off away from the campsite and you do what you got to do. Apples and pineapple. Okay. It's not even close to apples and oranges. That's how far off that is. All right. We must take a break. When we come back, we never talked NFL except for just that one moment about Kyler Murray. How did that happen? We get the draft tomorrow. All right. Tomorrow, I think, is nothing but NFL.
Right.
Few Suns updates, whatever, fine. But tomorrow is nothing but NFL because Keon's going to have his mock draft. Randy, you're going to mock his mock draft. So we're going to mock his mock draft. And we'll talk about what's leading up to the big draft that starts at 5 p.m. We're going to step aside for CBS Sports Radio because, A, they're going to do a fine job of it. And B, Randy and I have been drunk for weeks. So it's probably not our year. We'll do it next year. And we'll have a remote to do it too. So,
yes.
By the way, something else, not as big a news, but the Cardinals re-signed Antonio Hamilton, Randy.
Hey, thank God the season is saved.
Well, okay. I was going to ask you what you thought about that, but I think I got the picture. All right.
Wow.
That's okay, Randy. Thank you. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
There are so many words to describe Panera's new Chef's Chicken sandwiches. The chicken, juicy, succulent, seared. The brioche roll, buttery and toasty. The Parmesan crisps, crunchy, tangy. The secret aioli, creamy and rich. All those words. But when you have a bite, you might just be left speechless. Panera's new Chef's Chicken sandwiches. Enjoy $1 delivery fee when you order on our app. Restrictions apply. For details, visit panerabread.com/delivery info.
NASCAR Championship weekend is back at Phoenix Raceway. Drivers will pull it all on the line to claim NASCAR greatness. The Truck Series Championship kicked things off Friday night under the lights. We're going to tear it up tonight. Followed by an action-packed Saturday, where fans will witness an ARCA and Xfinity Series Championship doubleheader. Don't miss out on the action November 4th and 5th. Get your tickets now for NASCAR Championship weekend at PhoenixRaceway.com or call 866-408-RACE.
We're on a mission to connect every Arizona service member, veteran, and their families to the support and resources they deserve to make sure that there are no barriers to the benefits and services earned through service to our country. Find out how we can assist you in Arizona. Visit connectveterans.org or call 866-4AZ-VETS right now to learn more. This message is brought to you by the Arizona Coalition for Military Families, the Arizona Department of Veterans Services, and Arizona's Be Connected partners.
Public service announcement from Summit Male Medical. Guys often confuse erectile dysfunction with low testosterone. They are two different issues with two separate treatments. ED is simply a blood flow issue. Low T is a health issue. Symptoms include lack of muscle mass, gaining a few pounds, low energy, irritability, low libido. At Summit Medical, we treat both because we're experts at both. We've been here in the Valley since 2008. We've treated tens of thousands of patients, not only from here, but all over the country, coming to us specifically. And compare our pricing with others. We are the low price leaders. And combine that with the most experienced staff in the business for ED and PE treatments, and that is an unbeatable combination. We dare you to compare. Please do. So if you're having intimacy issues, please let us show you how we can help you tomorrow if you call today. 480-398-1000 or go to summitmalemedical.com. It will be the best call you ever make.
Are you a planner? Do you like to plan ahead? Then, of course, you already have a plan to call Harmon Solar, right? Bruce Jacobs here. It should be at the top of your list to get solar now and enjoy huge savings next summer. Up to 85% on your monthly bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Then you can plan what to do with all that extra money. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, women-owned, local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar 800-281-3189 or go to harmonsolar.com.
1580 The Fanatic. And at 1580thefanatic.com. Your home for sports.
Welcome back to the Daily Blender on this Wednesday hump day. One of my favorite things about betting on my favorite sports is that I'm always finding new player props or game props that I like. And, you know, FanDuel has got this great thing. It's called Same Game Parlay. And you can jump in by making your own same-game parlay by combining prop bets from multiple games and now even multiple sports if you'd like. You can pick your basketball game, you know, your NBA playoff game, and you can combine that with another leg on a baseball game you like, maybe a home run hitter. And then you've got the hockey league. They've got the rush of the playoffs. It's coming up. Coyotes are wrapping up the season, but you may tie three sports together in this same game parlay. That's exclusive to FanDuel Sportsbook, by the way.
Sounds fun.
It's called the Same Game Parlay Plus, and you can only find it at FanDuel. Combine your playoff games all together. I like this one that I did. I jumped in on one today. Nikola Jokic to score 30 or more points. Steph Curry to score 25 or more points. Jordan Poole with 3 or more 3 points made. And I dropped even Klay Thompson in there with over 3 or more 3-pointers made. And I got that locked in on FanDuel right now. I'm looking at it right now on my app. If I win, I could get a pretty good, it's a plus 4.5. It's a plus 457 odd. So I'm thinking I can make some cash here. And I think it's probably a good play for me, considering where the Golden State Warriors are and where Nikola Jokic is right now with his Nuggets. I think this is the night. If you don't want to build your own same game parlay, check out their popular same game parlay section where you can join the bets other people are jumping in on. And if you're new to FanDuel, sign up with promo code Randy1580. Get your first bet risk-free up to $1,000. Make every moment more and download the FanDuel Sportsbook app. Just use promo code Randy1580 so they know I sent you. Remember, you've got to be older than 21 years old. Present in Arizona. First online real money wager only. Refund issued as a non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 7 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. If you have a gambling problem, 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342, Jeffco.
Yeah, I don't know if you have run into Radio Ron lately, but he was so close. He told me he missed a 14-leg parlay.
Oh, my goodness.
Because the Crowder got into foul trouble.
Oh, my goodness.
He only needed 4 rebounds out of him, which is usually pretty good bet. And he had $10 on it, would have paid him $1,175. What a heartbreaker. I mean, it is hard to get a parlay with 14 legs to go. But when you miss it by 1,
heartbreaking, man.
Yeah, man.
Heartbreaking.
888-368-1580. Hefty Lefty says Jokic shaved that patchy grill brush he calls a beard finally. If only Steph would follow suit and shave his face pubes.
Yeah, well.
By the way, what was your first breaking news before I interrupted your breaking news? My breaking news, Keon? What was it?
It was Devin Booker reportedly may play for Game 6.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Rand. I interrupted you on that pretty hardcore. So what were your thoughts on that again? Because I said I'd hold him out till Game 7. You were saying no, bring him in on 6 so he doesn't get rusty.
Well, my thought was, if nothing else, it's gamesmanship. And now the Pelicans have to prepare for Devin Booker. You know what I mean?
Right.
Even if you put him on a pitch count, you bring him in, you let him play maybe, 20 minutes max.
Does he seem like a guy you could put on a pitch count, though?
Well, I think so. If you look at the big picture, and I think the Suns are going to look at the big picture. They're not going to look at, oh, my God, we have to win this game. They're looking at the big picture. They're looking at defeating the Pelicans, even if it takes 7 games, moving on to the next round.
And Monty,
I say make him wait. Sorry, Keon.
I would say Monty has such a good connection with these guys. If anybody could talk Devin Booker into a pitch count, it could be Monty.
No, he needs to have sit your ass on that bench count. That's what he needs to have. If you need him in Game 7 and he's feeling up to it, do it.
But you don't want the Pelicans to know that. You want the Pelicans to think, oh, my God, Booker's back?
Fair enough. Yeah. Hey, by the way, the Bucks are up big on the Bulls at halftime, 60-42. Poor Izzy. He at least got the one win. He had that one brief shining moment. You were on vacation, Randy, and Izzy was just so pleased. But he even knew that was probably the only win for his team, and it is looking. It's looking pretty much like Giannis has this under control, and the Bucks will move on to the next thing. But it's
only been a half, and Giannis already has 23.
Wow,
he leads everybody, obviously.
Wow,
sorry, Izzy, but by this time he's asleep, so it's all right. 888-368-1580. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time now for On This Date in Big George's sports history. Back in the year 1983, Nolan Ryan of the Houston Astros fanned Brad Mills of the Montreal Expos at Olympic Stadium in Quebec. That's in Canada, Keon. For his 3,509th career strikeout, passing Walter Johnson for first place on the all-time list. Ryan retired in 1993 with 5,714 strikeouts. Wow. Yeah, the runner-up, Randy Johnson, he's ahead of him by 839. That is an amazing career by Nolan Ryan. It took Walter Johnson 21 seasons to get his total. Ryan broke his mark in only his 16th season. And even though all these things, Nolan Ryan never won a Cy Young Award in his entire career.
Yeah,
how in the
ridiculous.
hell does that happen?
Well, again, it's just
puny baseball writers that had somebody else that was way better than Nolan Ryan. Ooh, yay.
Boogie says, I hit 2 parlays last night. One of them, I had a 4th game, but I cashed out to win $40. I've got a bet right now, and they wanted me, hey, you can cash out for half what you put in. I'm like, no. When you offer to cash me out more than I put in, then I'll consider it. I think you have this backwards, my friends. So what do you guys say? We take a moment and go ahead and spin the wheel of sports, see what we talk about next randomly.
Let's do it.
We don't usually have this kind of time. All right. So, Keon, I don't know how you would feel about owning a piece of memorabilia like this. Randy, I already know how you feel about memorabilia, but I kind of half tempted to put a bid down on this myself because this is an epic piece of memorabilia. I guess during the Super Bowl, there's a leather Wilson ball, a football, and to commemorate the Super Bowl, and it got signed by Eminem, Dr. Dre, Mary J. Blige, Kendrick Lamar, and now that is up for auction, and its set guide value is $1,500.
Wow,
that's impressive, and yeah,
half tempted. I'm not even kidding you. I'm
really
half
inexpensive.
tempted.
I mean, when you think about the type of music talent that signed that ball, wow.
Exactly. It was just an epic halftime show. Even if it wasn't your kind of music, you can't say that was not a good one. That was one of the, probably the top 10, top 5, maybe. I don't know. But it didn't have Snoop Dogg or 50 Cent on there. One, Snoop Dogg, well, he's too cool to sign stuff, and 50 Cent doesn't know how to sign his own name. Him and Floyd Mayweather have the same problem. Anyway, so I don't know. It's going on auction at Heritage Auctions between May 12th and the 14th, and $1,500. I mean, that's the value. So I don't know where the bidding starts. I don't know if this is if it goes for charity, it's going to go like way overinflated. But if they're just selling it to sell it, you might get a good deal on something like this.
I mean, you could, but I just think that there are certainly enough West Coast hip hop fans who would love to get their hands on that football. I think that could potentially go for pretty ridiculous numbers.
Big money. You're right. You're absolutely right. And and well worth it. And that you have that ball, and maybe you have a recording, you have a little setup, and you have a recording of the show. You can reach over and just hit that button anytime you want in a nice display case. I kind of liking that. The football from the Super Bowl that these guys all performed at. And you make your little display case look like the set that they used out there, like a diorama of their set.
If you can afford the football, you can definitely afford that too.
No,
Did you say diarrhea?
No, diorama, Randy. That's a scale model of something. Like I worked on a diorama once. It went to the Alamo. It was a diorama of the Alamo. We had this teacher, diorama. And Mr. Frakes over at Gilbert Junior High School, he's since passed, but there was Diorama Club, and we would go and we would, for the last time, Randy, diorama. And we were painting the little blue hats of the Mexican soldiers, and painting the, David Bowie. Sam Bowie, that kind of stuff. Davy Crockett, all that.
David Bowie was probably there. I mean,
I don't think he ever had diarrhea, but whatever. So
probably
and then it actually sat on display at the Alamo for quite some time. Might still be there. Somebody said it might have been moved to the basement, but whatever the case, you can make one. It's not that expensive. You could make a recreation of the Super Bowl set if you wanted.
If you want to.
It was all white. You don't have to paint nothing. You just have to
that's true.
Get some model cars that kind of look like the cars they had, and then just do your thing. I don't know. You could even use graham cracker if you want. A little bunch of graham crackers. Well,
Can't
then you
use
have to paint that white.
Yeah. That always gives me the can't use the graham crackers.
Just spin the wheel, Randy. Just go ahead and spin the wheel. I thought it was a cool thing. Maybe not.
Yeah,
it is cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
So I remember years ago, Laramie Tunsil was looking to go pretty high up in the draft, and then out of nowhere, suddenly there's a video of him with a gas mask on, basically taking bong hits in the gas mask.
Yeah.
So he was going pretty high.
Well, he was going pretty high. Then he got high, and he didn't go as high as they thought he'd go.
Right.
So now, all these years later, he has announced that he's going to sell the NFT of the gas mask video, and a portion of the proceeds will go to the Late Prisoner Project, supporting people in prison for cannabis offenses. So it's a non-fungible token. What the hell is a non-fungible token again? Can you explain that, please?
I really can't.
I thought you were a nerd. I
am a nerd, and I've looked it up.
It's not diarrhea, Randy.
And I just part of it is I don't really just like I just don't like the concept of NFTs already. But I tried to understand exactly what it is, and I still have not been able to wrap my mind around NFTs as a concept. They
should we have some of those? I wonder if we should have some of those. Nobody'd care about ours. That's the thing,
yeah.
right?
I mean, that would be our biggest issue there.
A non-effing token is what we need. A non-effing token.
But
Swear to God,
regardless,
I'm gonna take that away from you. I'm gonna take that away from you. Booger Will says, well, when you're sliding in a third and you feel a big old, okay, no, stop. Don't encourage him. Don't encourage him, Booger Will. Number one Rattler fan says, oh my God, I had Mr. Frakes too. No kidding. Gilbert High School, class of 85. Well, you might have known my sister, but I was in class of 89. Big George says, I once had diarrhea that looked like the Alamo. I'd eaten some Mexican food beforehand. It was fitting.
Oh boy.
I don't believe you.
I think you just wanted Randy to play the sound. I think that's what you want. And mission accomplished.
Hefty Lefty says, I thought diaphragms went out of style in the 50s. We're going to go back later.
Does nobody
Randy,
know what a diorama is?
And we're going to do a diarrhea count for how many times you push that button, and you're going to be fined a certain amount of money for each one that I found excessive. So get your money's worth, Randy. See you guys tomorrow at 3 p.m. Daily Blender, 1580, The Fanatic. I swear to God, Randy.
If you're an IT professional looking for an opportunity with great benefits and free